Chevy Chase into Bethesda. The crash is on westbound Western Avenue at Wisconsin Avenue and 295 southbound road. Crews are setting up in Blue Plains, but that's stop and go. Now from GarageDoorReport.com, the WMAS Stormwatch 7 forecast.
The afternoon highs only get into the upper 70s to middle 80s downtown. We will have more clouds than sun, and we will be tracking a chance for rain and storms heading into the afternoon and evening hours. Maybe some severe weather south of DC. The weekend will be plenty humid. We will see highs in the 80s to low 90s by Sunday. I'm 7 News
Right now it is 83 at Reagan National. I'm John Matthews, News Talk 105.9 WMAL. 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the
river Atlantic. That's not competing kids at the same time.
Today was the first full day on the job for President Biden. Oh, I gotta say that does feel good on the tongue. President Biden. That's like licking the frosting right off the spatula.
Oh, it's a Schadenfreude moment on this Friday. It's a Schadenfreude Friday on the Chris Plant Show. Welcome to it. Welcome to Friday. Friday, Hallelujah to you. Michael Pelka in for the vacationing Chris Plant. And my goodness, is there a buffet of fun today? Yeah, the Colbert Show. Going away. It's over. It's done. Stick a fork in them and turn them over completely. This is amazing news. And yes, I am invoking the Schadenfreude principle right now. The pleasure we take at the misfortune of others. Oh, it feels good. I am awash in Schadenfreude. Colbert, I feel badly for anyone who works on his show who didn't have the same issues he has, who didn't hate America, didn't hate the free market economy. But it could not have happened to a nicer guy when it comes to someone who really, really, really was just all about going after anyone who was against the Democrat Party. So it's over for Colbert. And in case you missed it, he announced it to the audience. It's kind of interesting how this happens. This is the difference between television and radio. In radio, if you're going to be canceled, you're just canceled. You don't even get to say goodbye. He's going to say a very long goodbye. He, Colbert, will be afforded the opportunity to work through May of 2026. And I'm sure they're not going to be allowing him to just say anything. But this is a fascinating story. And I think there's a lot more to it than to what is being told to us. CBS saying it's, financial reasons. We can't sell enough ads. We had the issue with James Corden. We couldn't support his show because not enough people were watching. Some of that is true. Some of that is Bravo Sierra. Well, we'll see. But in case you missed it, you should hear the announcement. Michael, if you have it, the Colbert news that he's not going to be around after next year.
Oh, hey, everybody. We got a great show for you tonight. Senator Adam Schiff was my guest. We harmonized on Seven Bridges Road. What a voice, I cried. But before we start the show, I want to let you know something that I found out just last night. Next year will be our last season. The network will be ending The Late Show in May. And yeah, I share your feelings.
Do you? Do you really share our feelings? I don't think you share my feelings. I'm thrilled about this, but I also have a little bit of my own personal analysis on what's going on here. And one of the things that has been said is they can't make money on the show. So I started doing a little research into the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. And this started, his gig as host of The Late Show began in 2015. And at that point, it was reported he was being paid $6 million a year. In 2019, he signed an extension on his contract that increased that salary to $15 million a year. So Colbert has been making himself $15 million a year. And that's not the production deal. Remember the gigantic numbers that used to be thrown around by David Letterman, making huge amounts of money. And that was Letterman getting paid to produce the whole show, so he was paying his staff. I don't think that's the case with Colbert. So since 2019, he's been making $15 million a year. That was extended in 2023 to run through 2026. So here's the kind of real story. Colbert's contract was scheduled to run out next year, probably in May, because that's the end of the television season. They usually go away around Memorial Day and come back around Labor Day or midsummer. So Colbert's deal was scheduled to end, and reportedly his current salary may have gone up as high as $16 million a year, an important number, a really important number. And why is that an important number? Well, Colbert himself stood on stage not yesterday, but just a couple of days ago when he came back from vacation. And I want to wander through this. I've got this clip here because he said some things that I think may have ticked off the network.
My parent corporation, Paramount, paid Donald Trump a $16 million settlement over his 60 Minutes lawsuit.
Interesting. $16 million. That's exactly the Colbert salary, huh? Kind of interesting, right?
As someone who has always been a proud employee of this network, I'm offended. And I don't know if anything will ever repair my trust in this company. But just taking a stab at it, I'd say $16 million would help.
Well, you're getting paid $16 million, or at least through May of next year. I wonder if they're going to let him stay on throughout the duration of this now long march, this long goodbye for Stephen Colbert. $16 million. He had more to say against his own network.
This settlement. This settlement is for a nuisance lawsuit Trump filed claiming that 60 Minutes deceptively edited their interview with then-candidate Kamala Harris last fall.
Really, a nuisance lawsuit. Anybody who saw the unedited tape and then the actual clips that aired has definite proof that CBS was attempting to interfere with the election just before the election. Although he's still a company man on this point.
Paramount knows they could have easily fought it because, in their own words, the lawsuit was completely without merit.
Every lawsuit, that's what you say about every single lawsuit. If you're the defendant, you say it's completely without merit. He went on to try and tell a few jokes here, but at the very end of this 2.5-minute sort of rant about his own network, which he said had betrayed him, he had this to say.
Some of the TV typers out there are blogging that once Skydance gets CBS, the new owner's desire to please Trump could put pressure on late-night host and frequent Trump critic Stephen Colbert. Okay. But how are they going to put pressure on Stephen Colbert if they can't find him?
Irony? Well, it's wonderful, isn't it? It's a wonderful thing. Colbert is done. He's done. He will get his full salary for the next year. And then the question becomes, what is CBS going to do with that time slot? Do they return it to the affiliates? They're going to have to put something in there. There is a considerable outrage from some others in the media. We'll get to that. And I'm curious about your thoughts on this. 888-630-9625, 888-630-9625. I do believe there may have been some precedent for what happened to Colbert. Can we go back to the Dominion suit against Fox not that long ago? That lawsuit from that voting technology company that went after Fox, and the settlement was ultimately $787 million. $787 million because the threat of going to court and actually having the case heard in court also made many of us believe that some of the air personalities on Fox would have been called to testify. And I guess the people at Fox thought that was a better idea to settle that for $787 million. But let's not forget, there were two Fox air personalities who were fired. And while it was never totally confirmed that they were fired because of the $787 million settlement with Dominion, you might expect that Dominion or their legal team was demanding some skins, if you will. Tucker Carlson, was Tucker fired because of the Dominion suit? I think you can make a case for that. I think it's reasonable to say that. Tucker Carlson was certainly not a drag on the Fox network's revenues. No, he was doing fine. He's still doing fine. And Dan Bongino. Dan had a very successful weekend show on Fox, and he was absolutely cruising. And he ended up suddenly being cut loose from the Fox News network. I maintain that what's happening to Colbert and his shows is not new, and it could be part of a settlement with the Trump lawsuit that maybe CBS had to make something, or maybe it's just economics. Maybe nobody was watching Colbert's show to the point where they were financially incapable of supporting the program. I think it's a reasonable assumption. But I also think that if I were in the shoes of the Trump attorneys, I might have asked for the network to maybe remove, get a skin of your own. And Colbert certainly is one of those skins. How many times did he spend on his air? How many sketches, how many minutes were dedicated to the total insulting and slamming of not just Donald Trump, but pretty much everybody on the conservative side of things? Conservative media, conservative voters, all of it. They drifted away from comedy and the late night entertainment thing to become an arm of the DNC. And in the end, well, he did well. Think about it. He's been there for quite some time. He got 10 years. And certainly the last 5 or 6 now, cashing $15 million a year checks. Well, the folks over at CNN had to weigh in too. Brian Stelter, of course, making himself available to Anderson Cooper. I'll share that with you just around the corner. But if you have a thought on it, happy to hear from you. 888-630-9625, 888-630-9625. We'll get to everything today. There is a boatload of stuff for us to talk
Panel's
about.
open if anybody wants to come up.
Tim Walz telling everybody just how excited he is, how thrilled he would be for Donald Trump to succeed. I think the truth meter's flipping out over that one. We'll get to all of it. It's Mike Opelka in for Chris Plant on a Friday on the Chris Plant Show.
This is the Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
WMAL traffic from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center. Extra time needed on Western Avenue from Chevy Chase in toward Bethesda. The crashes on Western Avenue westbound at Wisconsin Avenue. Follow police direction.
Wigan won't be live until 9 o'clock his time tonight. He likes to wait. Wigan likes to sit there and watch me show my titties. His fucking girlfriend's in love with me. Otherwise, why would you guys watch me? Why would you sit there and show that stuff?
For your patient, Ambulance Systemic mastocytosis, or ISM, symptoms can be unpredictable.
Hey, Patrick, New York, if you're up and about, post in my chat, let me know.
The symptom burden can remain. What if you could target the source of ISM? Ayvakit, avapritinib, is the only FDA-approved prescription therapy to treat adults with ISM.
Wigan likes watching me jerk off. You see that? They took and they so it looks like I'm doing this number. He likes watching me jerk the fuck off. Wow, Wigan, you are gay. Wigan, you're a gay motherfucker. Why are you watching me fucking jerk off? Huh?
Permanently discontinue. Ayvakit may cause photosensitivity reactions. Advise patients to limit direct ultraviolet exposure during treatment and for 1 week after discontinuing treatment. Ayvakit can cause fetal harm when administered to pregnant women. Advise females and males of reproductive potential to use effective contraception during treatment with Ayvakit and for 6 weeks after the final dose.
Hey, Wigan, I had over 100 more views than you did. You got 182, I had 288. Wigan thinks I'm trying to compete. Of course there's a competition. It's a friendly competition. Not with you, though. You and JC, you guys can record and restream all you want. But somebody does it to you, you fucking... Oh, YouTube, oh, he's stealing my content. Oh, and I'm your fucking content. Come on, Wigan. You chicken shit motherfucker. I'd smash you right in the face, Wigan. You fucking cower. You think you're some fucking tough guy and shit and you run shit? I'm king. You're gonna kiss the ring. Don't kiss my ring. I'll kick you in your ring. Your ring is your touch hole. I'm gonna put the fucking toe of my boot right up that motherfucker. Wigan. You think I'm afraid of you? You heard my nephew. He was here last night. I put your picture up there. First, he mentioned your gut.
Offers a way to connect with experienced peers and gain valuable insights into patient care. Explore a network of healthcare professionals who are willing to share their medical experience treating patients with systemic mastocytosis. Visit smdirectory.com to learn more.
I think Alicia could have found a better man with money. She doesn't love you. And if she's been at your place, where's her kids? You know, Angie, you're a piece of shit. You're the piece of shit, Angie. I've actually been nice to Angie. I know all about her kind. Two-faced motherfuckers. No, I'm not black. I'm brown. I'm not fat. I'm just big. I was reading when I was 2. Ask my mother. Angie, what were you reading? And she goes off and talks about how racist Billy is. Oh, Billy being racist again. I've never made a video of anybody in here. That day may come. I'll make a video of all of you.
Conventional wisdom is this. When your symptoms are above the neck, headache,
Open line Friday. I'm going to steal Rush's line. Open panel Friday instead. That's a good idea. Open panel Friday. I'm going to start doing that.
Don't exercise if you have a fever. That's a sign that your body is likely fighting off an infection or something viral. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
You didn't stay live very long, Wigan. 1 hour and 46 minutes. I was live, I don't know, over 4 hours, I think.
NPR and PBS funding. Can you smell it? It's the smell of fear.
It's a long time.
Talk about it at 3 o'clock on WMAL.
It is the Chris Plant Show. It is Friday, and it's Michael Pelka in for my buddy Chris Plant, who's off on an.
Oh, I have other pictures.
We should probably check it
On this phone right here, this is where I'm broadcasting my radio show from.
see if our buddy is safe. I'm sure you.
I don't know how many fucking
Very
pictures I have on this motherfucker, but I have a
We're
gazillion.
talking about the seismic shift in late night television that happened yesterday with the announcement of the ultimate cancellation.
I haven't even
of
showed
the
half the fucking pictures I
Late
got.
Show on CBS, and you gotta wonder who's next.
Stephen Colbert is going. They're fucking. It's the end for these fuckers. You guys that get your fucking news from late night comedy. All right, that's fucking DA. DA might as well be Stephen Colbert because he's not funny.
From MSNBC, and how does Sharpton still have a job? That is the question.
Yeah, Sharpton.
He's got to have pictures of somebody over there. But you're welcome to join in the conversation on this. Marco is in Springfield, Virginia. Marco, welcome to the Chris Plant Show. What's up?
Hi, Michael. Thanks for taking my call. I'm glad that CBS is giving Colbert the axe because he's the most obnoxious person I think I've ever seen on TV. But I'm hoping that MSLSD and ABC wake up and get rid of The View. Jen Psaki, who's speculating that Donald Trump has dementia. It's like, your job is to report the news, not to speculate on people's health. And then, of course, there's NBC itself and those news anchors. So I'm hoping that the Whoopi Goldbergs and the Joy Behars and the Lawrence O'Donnells and the Rachel Mad Clowns get their
Rachel Mad Clown.
Well, all of their numbers are challenged lately. We'll see what happens.
Oh, Ricky.
We'll see if the
Ricky
finances
Maddow. I
actually
mean, Rachel.
hold sway. Now, NBC has obviously dominion over MSNBC. Microsoft was in a partnership with them, so they're
And
not
Comcast is
in
the
terms
parent
of The
company.
View, that's part of ABC News, and it's the networks are set up such that if anybody doesn't know, my wife worked at the networks for years in the soap opera world. They're split into two divisions: news and entertainment. And soap operas were entertainment. But once The View started,
No, it's not, gal pal.
obviously
They come on like they're news. That Stephen Colbert all the time, Siberian. All the fucking time.
Speaking of cows,
Now he's gone.
The View have got to be
Forget.
drawing a huge
We need a
chunk
different
of money
comedian
out
because
of
that
it.
guy's not funny.
Like we said, Colbert,
Yeah.
60 million. That's on.
There's the reasons. There's
So,
this
yeah, we'll see.
and
Maybe it's a
this.
good topic.
You
Who
know,
else should lose
this and that.
their
If you
gig?
go like
And
this to
I
somebody, they
think
call you a
that
hater.
As a person who believes in the ultimately.
Good morning,
the,
no
free
Siberian gal
market
pal. I hope you're
economy,
doing
I
well
think
today.
everything should
Thank
be
you for
fair.
coming to
So
chat.
if
I
you
appreciate it.
support your show, you should be
It's
allowed
open.
to keep your show. If you can't, the network that employs you has.
I let
has an
Patrick New York
obligation,
talk
I
me
believe,
into
to
give him a
these
wrench.
shareholders
I can put it back. I
to
said,
say, no, we're not doing
so
this anymore. Your
I
show
turned this
stays
down
on
so I'm
us.
not
We
screaming
can-
over it. So basically, right now I have two wrenches in my chat, two guest wrenches. They're welcome here all the time. One is friggin' Angela, and the other one is Tom. And Tom is a Navy veteran, and I trust him. Thanks, Siberian gal pal. Stay out of trouble. Tell them to unblock me in Vegas. Make it fair.
And compared the ratings of the Colbert Late Show to Gutfeld, which airs earlier, yes. But
I don't watch
it's a
Gutfeld. I don't watch
broadcast.
Fox News. You know, yeah, there he is.
That's
Hey, Patrick.
significantly lower total audience availability. But in let's say in January, Gutfeld outperformed the Late Show with almost 3.5 million
Oh,
total viewers.
It's fucking making me
at
laugh.
and the Late Show was 2.3 million viewers. That's a gigantic difference, especially in advertising numbers.
Hey, Siberian. Okay, you know, I was brought up. Hey, you shouldn't make fun of people's looks. Okay, and I've showed your picture that, but last night is an example because I went live, and when I set it up, I turned the camera on. I didn't have a shirt on, and I did that on purpose because I know Wiggin is looking, right? And sure enough, so he edited one of them, and I had my shirt off. This was from a prior broadcast. And so, you know, my hand's down here below the, right? So he's sitting there. It looks like I'm jerking off. So Wiggin likes to watch Billy fucking jerk off. I should do it to him for real. Siberian gal pal. Wiggin loves Billy. He wants this right here. That's what Wiggin wants. Wiggin wants that right there. DA says I'm fat, calls me fat, so that look like it's fucking fat. How about this one? I don't doubt it. Hey, go look at his fucking broadcast from last night when he went live. Just go look at it. They got me up there in bright lights, and here's Billy jerking off, and here's Billy fucking B-cup, and he's sitting there with no fucking teeth. Motherfucker's got great big Coke bottle glasses. He looks like Bubbles, and I know who that Bubbles handle is. All right, that's Super Dave that used to run that. Where are you, Super Dave? Bring back Super Dave. Is he okay? I hope he's still alive. If you put Rusty and me together as far as chat historians go, we don't miss a beat. Why do you give a fuck, Siberian? You seem to care pretty much. Because I'm an engaged citizen. I'm very active in my civic duties, Siberian gal pal. It's a nice summer day. Howl! Basset hounds are good at that too. You ever get a basset hound fucking howling? It's fucking funny as hell. Hey, Siberian gal pal. There's a pair of twins that are on the police force, and they're from Governor. All right. And the one brother, he jogs with his dog. He has a Siberian husky male. Oh, he's beautiful. Sheds like crazy. That's the only thing about them dogs. They shed like crazy. Oh, that fur. All right, enjoy the chat, guys. Oh, commercial right now. I've had a cup of coffee and I haven't even had a puff yet. I woke up late this morning. I had a lot of adrenaline flowing from me last night. And when you do that and you relax, boy, you fucking, wow, I slept deep. Woke up at 8 o'clock. Usually I'm up at 4. Cats are the worst. Cats shed constantly. I was looking at those. If I ever got a cat, I want one of those Maine Coon cats. Have you seen them? Oh, they're pretty cats. More like a dog than they are a cat, the way they can behave. Fuckers will follow you everywhere.
Stuffy or runny nose, minor sore throat, it's okay to engage in mild to moderate exercise. If your symptoms are below the neck, think chest congestion or upset stomach, you should probably back off a bit. One thing all the experts seem to agree on.
You had one of them Maine Coon cats? They say they can weigh as much as 25 pounds. That's big. That's a big cat.
Closer to the players, voices, and stories of the beautiful game with the U.S. Soccer Podcast.
Now, my favorite cat is the Bengal tiger. The leopard runs right. The tiger and the leopard together. I love leopards. Leopards are a remarkable animal. We don't have cougars here, but we have bobcat and we have lynx. Yeah, they say those cats, they're not afraid. They like the water. We had a black cat. She'd play with water. You go to the sink, she'd be right up there. You turn the water on, she'd be fucking. Oh yeah, wouldn't let you wash the dishes. Want to play? Slap at the water in the sink. Oh, it was funny as hell.
1 year notice, basically. Colbert gets 10 months, whatever it is, notice. His show is going away.
Yeah, if you can find a cub, a kitten, wildcat kitten. Yes, people do. They turn them into them bobcats. They get big. They're big.
CBS is saying this is a financial decision. It was certainly the timing of this is kind of stunning.
Right, from the optics standpoint, the timing could not be worse for CBS. Colbert is such an outspoken Trump critic. He's just back from vacation, and as he showed there on Monday, on his first night back from vacation, he's also a thorn in his parent company's side. So this looks to a lot of Colbert's fans like another form of capitulation by CBS to the President of the United States. If you look at Colbert's Instagram page already, his fans are pouring their hearts out and blaming CBS for this. Here's the reporting that I have just in the past few minutes, Anderson, about this financial explanation. Think back to 2023 when the Late Late Show with James Corden went off the air. I reported at the time that show had become unprofitable, that CBS was not able to sell enough ads to make that show profitable.
Gee, what a concept.
I'm not here to make a profit. My profit is not money.
And if you can't sell ads, you have to change. Unless you're PBS, and then you can tell the government we need hundreds of millions of dollars of taxpayer money. But not the case with broadcast networks, with the private networks.
Well, that is now the case for Colbert as well. I'm told by a source close to the Late Show with Stephen Colbert is now technically unprofitable.
Unprofitable. Well, it was profitable, I guess, when Colbert was being paid the just unrealistic salary of $6 million a year. And now you put a 1 in front of that, and suddenly, boy, that $10 million addition to the cost, and I'm sure there have been union legacy costs that added to it, they can't make money on it because not enough people are watching.
So that does give the company a financial reason to end the show starting in May 2026. However, it's not as if Colbert was given a chance to take a pay cut or maybe change the format of the show or move out of the Ed Sullivan Theater. This seems to have happened all at once, and it comes on the verge of that big Paramount Skydance merger. Who's taking over Skydance? Larry Ellison, a friend of President Trump, and his son David. So there may be a lot more to this story. It's just happened in the past hour, but there's a lot more reporting to do on this.
And I'm sure you will fill the airwaves with all kinds of speculation of how Trump fired Stephen Colbert.
A Siberian gal pal. Rick Steiner. Yeah, Rick Steiner. That fucker come out and howl like crazy. That guy was a good wrestler. That guy he's a tough guy. I liked Rick. Scott Steiner. Yeah, he's a freak. I don't know. If he didn't take steroids, good on him. You know, them guys, I don't think he did. I think he's naturally like that. I'd like to meet those brothers. All right. But the dog pound. That's what Rick Steiner, the dog pound. Yeah, I'm a big wrestling fan. I don't follow as much as I used to. Because I am a wrestler. I wrestled in high school.
The very interesting thing is
had I gone to college out of high school instead of the Navy, I would have wrestled in college.
Also elicited some interesting reactions from other outlets as well. We just played you a little bit from CNN.
I can still do push-ups.
Morning Joe, Willie Geist is speculating about.
Willie Geist, this fucking guy. He's on MSNBC in the morning. This is Joe Scarborough's fucking company.
Said, it's over. Our last show is going to be in May of next year, so you still have some time with them. But obviously, the reason given by Paramount was that it just didn't make financial sense to have these shows anymore. But obviously, hanging over.
Yeah, I'm a wrestler.
Is the settlement that
I wrestled in high school.
The 60 Minutes interview with Kamala Harris last year, and all the pressure, perhaps, from the Trump administration.
Well, there is a merger that has to be approved by the FCC, And this is the Trump administration, so maybe you should have made nice and maybe offering a skin.
It cooled.
Yes, I'm laughing.
It cooled off here a little bit. Really comfortable. It's really nice out.
Well.
Yeah, you know, the economics of the late
but
night
that could
shows
change.
just
It was 90
didn't
yesterday.
make the sense
Hotter than a
it's
fucker.
made for the past 50 years through Jack Parr, the age of Carson, of course, Letterman. But the timing of this actually is terrible, and it's terrible because you had the settlement with Donald Trump, and then you had Colbert and Jon Stewart criticizing that decision. And then a week later, they're saying, oh, unfortunately, we don't have the money to continue this. I mean, it's not even like they're trying to hide the main purpose of it.
Oh, really? Not even trying to hide the main purpose of it? How do you know, Joe? And aren't you worried? Maybe Joe is concerned. Maybe Scarborough is worried that someone's actually looking at the financials at NBC, at MSNBC. We should look at the ratings for Mika and Joe. But if you're going to make the case that Colbert was done, that his time was over, we should remember some of the cringier.
A Siberian. I had my 45th class reunion. Ouch. Son of a bitch. Just whacked my knuckle.
Pardon from Joe.
Joe Biden gave a full pardon to his son Hunter. You go, Joe. You go. I say you should go full bucket list. Just pardon everybody. Just load up those pardons that were on a Nerf machine gun and go pop, 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 pop. Or you know what? You know what would be really funny? This would be really funny if Joe pardoned like every late night host.
So here's our name tags. That's my senior picture.
Of every late night host. I wonder if all of them got together and said, should we ask for
18 years old.
I gotta believe that Jimmy Kimmel is concerned. I gotta believe that. His show can't be doing that well either.
Yeah, I went to it. I was part of the class hierarchy.
And the politics has got to be exhausting. Look, we're 473 days.
I even dated the class president.
It's got to be absolutely exhausting for them.
I'm only 11.
I'm sure
11. If I had a choice, I'd be 11 every year.
Trying to gin up the anti-Republican, anti-Trump sentiments out there as well. I have to go back to.
I look like my mother.
Another one of Colbert's.
I look like my mother. They got the picture of my mother, her senior picture. Rusty has it, right? And you look at that picture, and you look at that picture, especially my lips. Look at how big my lips are. I got nice lips. Anybody want to kiss? The girl that wrote that name, we dated long time ago.
The Five Timers Club for being there? Just wondering. I never really got to watch Colbert's show. I actually liked when he did the spoof of a conservative on Comedy Central. I knew what he was doing. Didn't agree with all of it, but I understood it was performance. But when he went to the network, when he jumped from Comedy Central to CBS, he became a political advocate. His show moved away from entertainment and into political advocacy, and he lost me.
Colbert he didn't stay a comedian. He became a political activist, which is fine. But, disguising to be a comedian? No.
Jason, welcome.
I couldn't watch it.
Watch the Colbert Show?
I watched it just.
No, loose lips. Not big lips. Loose lips. Sink ships. Siberian.
Blame everything but themselves, because once they sort of got in on the bandwagon of Dash and Trump, their entertainment value just went down. It was just an awful show. I mean, even people who hate Trump hated the show because it was boring. I mean, you're going to get Trump 24/7 and you want to sit down and watch a comedy show, and all of a sudden you get Trump for the last couple of hours, you guys do. It's like, oh, it's crap. I mean,
The people who do the lawn work are here. He's out there with his little air blower blowing shit.
That have gone after Trump and tried to be entertaining on his back, but it's failed.
I just wonder if the late night format can ever make a successful comeback. I point to Gutfeld. He's at 10 o'clock. He's not in the traditional late night position, but he's done very well with a format that focuses a lot on.
I should make another cup of coffee.
A lot of it's
Yep.
Conservative political.
I go put water on. I'm going to make another cup of coffee.
He sounds more like the traditional Carson Letterman type late night program, maybe even Leno, where there's an actual focus on entertainment as opposed to politics and getting the message of your party across. And I just don't know if it'll ever come back. Now, you're from Australia, right, Jason?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wasn't there a late night program in Australia that kind of mirrored some of the great American late night programs?
Yeah, there was always copies of basically the same format as American shows, but Australian versions, and they were great. I mean, it was always tongue in cheek, and I mean, we have a different kind of humour out there, of course, so we've applied more of a dry sort of humour. And we also got American shows out there too, as well as the English shows. So we were kind of spoiled because we had the best of all of them. And, whether it was Benny Hill or the English comedies or the Australian comedies and then the American stuff, it was all different sort of styles of comedy. But, yeah, we did have copies of a lot of the American sitcoms and game shows and all that. So it was fairly entertaining. But I haven't really seriously watched these shows for years now just because they're bad.
Yeah, I don't understand how the late night format ever returns to its greatness. It used to be a place where you went to see the latest stars of the next movie to come out, and you saw a really curious character and occasionally a funny comic sketch at the beginning. And none of that seems to be happening. As a matter of fact, last night after Colbert made the announcement, Adam Shifty Schiff was on, and I will have. Did you watch it last night at all, by any chance?
No, I didn't. I was probably counting sheep by that time.
Well, good for you. But I did watch it, and I have Schiff. I just got to make sure, I'll have to clear it with Michael Piercy during the break, that we're allowed to play what Adam Schiff said because we're not in the late night time slot. I think Schiff is he's playing the Democrats' tough guy card and trying to say some incendiary things. I'll play it for you just after the break. But thank you, Jason. Thank you for voting that Colbert show was just awful, and you can't blame Trump. Blame yourself. It's an excellent point of view. Appreciate you. That's the old saying. If your shoes smell, don't blame your socks. It's you. It's your feet. That's how I feel about the Colbert thing. And yes, Adam Schiff was on last night. Adam Schiff. I
don't like the memory foam shoes. They make your feet sweat.
Trying to
I hate them.
Create some street cred for himself and his party. What did Adam Schiff say that has tongues wagging? I've got that. We have more from J.D. Vance. There's news about the clawback bill, which got to the House last night. President Trump making sure we get that $9.4 billion back. Sorry, PBS. Sorry, Big Bird. Colbert's not the only one that's going to be getting some cuts. Join the conversation. 888-630-9625. It's Opelkin for Plant on the Chris Plant Show.
The only thing your mouth is good for is being Vladimir Putin's holster.
I remember when that fucker said that Stephen Colbert.
News Talk 105.9
Fucking punk motherfucker.
Making sense of the news.
WMAL traffic from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center. Major tie-ups, Maryland, because of a vehicle fire. 95 each direction in Laurel. Southbound, the vehicle fire is just after 216. Only a single right lane getting by. Delays before Route 32 and just at a crawl. Rubbernecking delays. Northbound slowdowns near 198. On the Beltway, setting up the road work now. Inner loop at University Boulevard. Outer loop near River Road. With those delays forming. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Partly sunny, not as warm today, but more showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. High 88. More showers and thunderstorms overnight. Low 73.
This is
That's your weather right there,
Serving in
Siberian.
The military requires great sacrifices, not just for one's country, but also for one's family.
Is this broadcast is in Washington, D.C.,
And it raises a number of challenges that are
which is really close to Baltimore, Maryland.
Employments, relocation, retirement benefits. These issues can be complicated, and the lawyer you choose needs to be equipped to handle them. So if you're a soldier facing such challenges, go to CordellCordell.com.
This is Dr. Evan Riggleman with D&D Weight Loss. Are you frustrated with those trendy weight loss shots? Whether you hit a plateau, can't handle the side effects, or watch your pounds creep back after stopping, there's a better way. Our program has helped thousands of people lose up to 10 to 20% of their body weight in just 8 weeks without expensive injections or uncomfortable side effects. Our doctor-developed program focuses on sustainability with no side effects. Ready for real lasting results? Our team at D&V Weight Loss is ready to help you achieve your weight loss goals. Visit dnvweightloss.com now to schedule your free consultation.
From 4X to XL and 100 pounds gone without being hungry. At 61, I'm in better health than in the last 35 years.
Many clients lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. Schedule your free consultation by calling 571-532-5700, 571-532-5700, or go to dmvweightloss.com. That's dmvweightloss.com. Results may vary.
Contact tax relief helpers for details and restrictions.
Attention, anyone that owes money to the IRS. Every day, your unpaid tax debt gets bigger and bigger from daily interest. The longer you wait, the more you will end up paying. If you owe $10,000 or more, now is the time to settle your debt.
Hey, I just noticed you, Doug. Sorry about that.
A special toll-free number established.
That's okay. I just got here. How you doing this morning, Billy?
I got to go check my water for my coffee, so hold on.
Absolutely. I see Patrick was here. What's up, Patrick? Gal pal? Tony. I see Tony there. I see a little Dutch boy. Good morning, little Dutch boy. A little cooler today, Patrick. It's only 76 here now. But I think I'm probably still going to have to move my camera into the back because it's going to get sunny and the sun will beat directly on it. Tony, how you doing? I just came up to have a smoke with Billy. I saw Billy was rolling a joint, so I packed my pipe.
Water's almost boiling. Another minute or so.
Turn the volume up. There you go. Hey, Rory. Morning, Rory.
Poor Patrick. He had a wrench. He didn't get to use it against anybody.
I don't know.
I might have did one or two last night. Mostly Wiggin. You know, he'll come in with his little fucking troll accounts.
Well,
cries when I go into his. It's fucking hilarious.
Well, it's only It's only 7:00 in California, but he's probably up, right?
He's probably watching my tits. He likes looking at my naked body.
Oh, please don't show us your naked body. Please don't do that.
I take a puff. I think my water is probably boiling.
Mm-hmm. I saw you rolling a joint, Billy. So I was sitting up here getting ready to smoke a bowl. So I came up to smoke with you.
Yeah. So when you coming up for another visit, you got to bring your wife with you.
I'll bring my wife next time. Yeah.
Come on up and we'll take a little ride in the country. I'll show you you know what I mean.
I was going to say we have to figure out an agenda if I'm going to bring Stephanie. You know, and not only that, she won't be happy with that motel that I stay in because, you know, she'll want to find like a hotel, like a chain place. You know what
Well,
we probably have to go to Watertown or something. You know what I mean?
Fort Drum. There's a place right by Fort Drum, which is about 20 minutes. Actually, a little more than that.
Yeah.
A little more than that. Watertown is 36 miles.
Yeah, that's not far.
Fort Drum is 6 miles on this side of Watertown.
Okay.
The main end, right on Route 11, right? Or you could go to Canton. Canton has the big motel chains.
Yeah.
Canton is 24 miles away. That's where St. Lawrence University is. Martha McCallum graduated from you know who
Martha
she is?
McCallum.
On Fox
I know
News.
Martha McCallum.
Yeah, on
Absolutely.
Fox News.
Now, St. Lawrence, don't they have a St. Lawrence down here in Yonkers too? St. Lawrence University?
I'm not sure if they do or not.
I think we do. I know people. It used to be an all-girls school, but now I think
Cazenovia, New York is an all-girls school.
Okay, yeah. We have St. Lawrence here. It used to be an all-girls school, but I think now, in the last 10 years, they've changed that. I'm not sure. A Colt 45, Gal Pal. Absolutely. I haven't actually drank any Colt 45 in probably at least 40 years, maybe more. We used to buy quarts of Colt 45 for $1. That was in high school, and I graduated in '83, so. A quart for $1. Uh-oh.
Who was I listening to? I heard him saying they're talking about some
Casanova.
Other. You ever watch the videos where they sliced off like Daniel Pearl's head and they did that to the 10 sailors? And you ever watch any of them videos?
Nah, man, I'm not into that.
Can you imagine though, Doug, being
I know what they do
working
over there
for the CIA or some position in the military where you have and you investigate that I didn't want to watch it, but you know who Daniel Pearl is, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Once again, I know what goes on. I don't need to actually see it.
But the news.
Oh, really? Wait a minute.
The journalists, the main. Let's call them the mainstream media. We're all mainstream, right?
Mm-hmm.
They should be showing them planes flying into those buildings and talk, because it wasn't just that. And that was an attack against the whole world. That's why they're called the World Trade Centers. They're not located in fucking Europe.
Mm-hmm.
They would have brought them building down a long time ago if the World Trade Center and that was in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the United Nations. Why didn't they just fly into the United Nations building?
I have very, very specific. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I want to ask
where you live on that day. Could you see the smoke and everything from were you around for that?
I was living in Wyoming. I got up. We're 2 hours behind, right? So I got up and turned on the TV to watch the news in the morning before work. Gal Pal, where in Africa is she going? And why? But anyway. Your oldest and youngest sisters are going. The two of them are taking a trip together. I got it. I hope they have a great time, and I hope they stay out of trouble. Flying into Cape Town, okay. And then they'll be traveling a bit through Africa. That should be fun.
I actually. Who was in Africa as a missionary. She was in the Sudan somewhere.
Mm-hmm. I went to Africa as a tourist back in the 80s. I was in South Africa. I was in Zambia.
Yeah.
I was in a couple places. I actually My mother's cousins live in Africa, right? Her uncle lived in Africa.
Where up? Where?
Well,
Somewhere
they're all
on the in the Mediterranean.
No.
North
Southern
Africa?
in Zambia. They were miners.
Zambia.
They were miners, man. They ran the copper mines in Zambia. My mother's two cousins.
Yep.
They worked for Kayunda. Kenneth Kayunda was an MIT graduate. When I was there in the 80s, Kayunda was the president of Zimbabwe. Of Zambia. Sorry. Now, Galpal, I'm sure your sisters are going to see Victoria Falls. Victoria Falls, one of the most impressive things, natural occurring things I've ever seen. Way more impressive than Niagara Falls. Like, way more. Victoria Falls was a fucking trip. That's just a wild. The river gets wide and wide and wide. It's like 2 miles wide. And it falls off the edge of this cliff down into this steep walled canyon. Victoria Falls was very impressive.
The Nile flows north, and it's in the southern hemisphere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, yeah. They were my mother's cousins were Montana School of Miners graduates.
The Montana School was a miner. Yep.
The Montana School of Miners is one of the, I think, the premier mining school worldwide. People who go there, they go there because they want to get a degree in mining, right?
I'd like to, if I had a chance to go to Africa, Tripoli would be my first stop.
Tripoli, North Africa.
Yeah, that'd be my first stop. That'd be the starting point. And if you go to Africa, you got to go to Egypt. You got to go to Egypt. You got to go at the delta of that river. The Nile
Africa's a big fucking place. It's a big fucking place. You can't. It's hard to go everywhere.
Yeah, they don't have an infrastructure like the United States. You can't get on I-90 and head fucking west.
No. It's hard. No, you can't. And not only that, when I was there, there was political issues when I was there. We couldn't go to Zimbabwe at the time. There was actually a lot of political strife and civil war.
There's a lot of terrorism that goes on in Africa.
Right. Now, I guess Zimbabwe is doing better now. They're opening up for tourism. I just hope they're safe, Gal Pals. I hope they stay safe.
The Congo the mouth of the Congo is where I'd like to start to. I got to see that.
Where I was in Southern Africa, it wasn't so much jungle as it was like not desert, but like savannah.
So that's why you're friends with. I know who Mogadishu is. I seen her on your panel a long time ago. When I first met you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a couple of other people too from around that area. Wait. What was Mogadishu's name before? What was that guy with the name with the capital letter?
The other person and their friend.
Wait. The person had the capital letter and the small letter and the capital letter. Not kazoo. What did they remember? That person used to be in chat and they're gone now.
He was on Zenny's panel.
Yeah.
Dude, the name's escaping me.
And then, of course, there's Hank and Alexa.
Kenzo.
That's him.
Kenzo's
been on my panel a long fucking time ago.
Yeah, Kenzo.
And then so is Hank, right? Who also says he's from South Africa. Hank, who says he's Alexia's cousin. Alexia, who's never in chat except for a few weeks a year when she comes into chat, right? You know who I mean? Alexia. Hank is around a little more.
Mogadishu keeps me blocked. Mogi keeps me blocked.
Is Mogadishu, is that Kenzo?
No, Kenzo's a different person.
Kenzo
is a man, and Mogi is a woman. I'll say that. I'm pretty sure South Mogadishu, all the names.
Where did Kenzo go? What happened to Kenzo?
You'd have to ask Zenny. She knows all about him.
Tasha seemed to feel Tasha she seemed to know a lot about Kenzo also.
I got a little perturbed
Tasha.
with Tan Jessica. I got a little perturbed with her yesterday.
Not Tan Jessica, Tasha, my South African friend.
Okay, no, I know that.
Different
That
person.
made me think of her because Whippermantle. You're an idiot, Whippermantle.
I've always got along well with Tan. I've always got along well with Tan Jessica.
Yeah, I've always been nice to her. Yeah, she's actually in the States, right? She's not lying about that, right?
Oh no, she's not far. She's up in Buffalo.
Yeah, so she's in New York.
She came. She had been married to an American. She had 2 kids in America. She left the marriage and went back to Finland, left her kids with her ex. Okay? That was sometime in the past. I don't even remember. Now, in the meantime, in the last year or so, year and a half, she's gone back to the States.
Hey, hold on a second. Let's address Siberian, okay? Trump doesn't make anybody. That's up to the INS. That's up to the immigration department. They're not. She would have been gone by now. She's probably verified. I don't know if she's out here on a visa or whatever. So she's one that it's not fair to her because she's doing it the legal way. So are you saying, Siberian, that Tan Jessica is not yet an American citizen? Because if she was married, right, you marry a foreigner, there's a process for that person to become a U.S. citizen.
Tan Jessica is Finnish. She married an American.
Right.
She moved to America, lived with the guy, and had 2 kids. Subsequently, the marriage fell apart. She went back to Finland. I believe she's come back. She has all her paperwork. She's got all her ducks in a row.
I think Siberian Gal Pal wants me to come down and tickle her. Don't you, Siberian Gal Pal? Now, Siberian Gal Pal lives alone, right? With her dog?
You know, I've been to her house a couple times. I know. I believe she.
I know.
I believe she lives alone.
Yeah.
Either that or she's not telling us.
So we got to embrace.
Right?
We're getting older. I live alone. Yeah. She says she has a gun. Janie's got a gun.
I've never seen her gun, but I believe it if she says she has.
Well, Maryland, you can have guns. I don't know if you have to apply for permit, like a pistol or whatever, like in our state. I didn't get any of Dad's pistols because I never got my pistol permit. And when I went to, I was gonna apply to get one. It was $10 for the application. Now they make you do a safety course or whatever just for the handgun.
I think a handgun, of course, is more problematic than a long gun because it's easily concealable.
Yeah, you can conceal it. Yeah. But the Constitution, they guarantee us that right. We have the right to bear and keep arms. So that's in every state. You have a right. You can put a little 22 pistol in your pocket.
They have not changed that law. However, ex-felons
cannot. The Second Amendment.
Right, ex-felons cannot own firearms.
That's different.
Right, and someone else can. Who else can't own firearms? I don't know. But there's a couple of exceptions to the right to bear arms thing. A couple.
Right.
Not everybody has the right to bear arms.
That's the criminal side. You have criminal.
Yeah, if you can lose your right to bear arms, just like you can lose your right to drive a car. It's the same thing.
Your right to vote also.
You can lose. Yes, absolutely. I believe if you're in prison, you don't get to vote in a federal election. I believe if you're in prison.
Now, my class reunions Saturday morning, they gave us a tour of the school. They've done a lot of improvements. My school has a pool, which it didn't have when I was in school, right? So, I'm the class clown sometimes. So I asked the principal, I says, well, so if I was in school today, can I come to school with my gun in the gun rack in the back of my truck?
In Wyoming, people had guns in the back of their trucks, even in the high school parking lot. The kids drove to school, had their gun. Now, in Wyoming, you'd be driving down the road and you'd see somebody pulled over. What's he doing? He's shooting a coyote.
Oh, that's legal here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. He pulls over and shoots a coyote on the side on the side of the road. He's going to get $25.
Yeah.
He's going to take the pelt to the county office, and they're going to give him $25 for that.
Hey, we got to make a point. Siberian gal pal. If you read the Second Amendment, it says the right to bear and keep arms. The word gun is not in there. It just says arms. So anything, a pencil can be a weapon.
Listen, arms are swords. At the time, they were all kinds of weapons, including bows and arrows, firearms, hand, sabers and swords. All of those are arms. A mace. You can have a medieval mace, right? A spiked ball on a chain, right? That's arms. Yeah.
There's been a crime. They caught somebody using a crossbow, or they had a crossbow, and the cop shot him.
Well, if you're using the crossbow as a weapon and threatening individuals, that's absolutely,
he definitely did.
Absolutely fair game. Gal Pal tells a story about a guy with a sword on the beach.
Oh yeah, fucking people go.
This
crazy.
is what she said. This is Gal, and I don't mean to speak for Gal Pal, but she told me the story more than once. She was on a camera on the East Coast on a beach, and there were other people there, and they were chatting in the chat, right? And this is, I think, somewhere in Maryland. And then all of a sudden, while they're watching the live cam, a guy comes onto the camera on the beach with a big sword and starts acting in a menacing way. Now, there were other people were avoiding him and walking far in the distance, whatever. Gal Pal's in the chat with her friends at the time. I guess this is years ago before I knew her.
That must have been.
And she says she called the police, the local police, right? And now she's watching the cam. And sure enough, a few minutes later, the police arrive with their lights on and take the guy into custody or whatever. Apparently, he was there with his sword, wielding his sword around. Rehoboth Beach, she's telling us there. Delaware Beach, okay.
Snatch the pebble from my hand, son.
Yeah. So I think that's fantastic use of YouTube.
Rehoboth Beach, yeah, I've heard of that place. Lot of beaches in Maryland.
Billy, what do you think of the fact that you see someone behaving that way on the YouTube cam and have enough awareness to call the local police?
Yeah, that's a good reaction.
That's Gal Pal. I'm very impressed by that. I think that's, anyway, I think that's great.
There's been a couple of times stuff has happened out front here. I wish I was out on the porch live so I could just turn my camera on it.
Oh, a couple months ago,
the cops.
I had my porch
right
a couple months ago, Billy. I had my porch cam on, and in the middle of the day, and I look at it, and I'm like looking at my porch cam. I'm like, that looks like smoke. So what I did, I walked down literally 1 block from my house. There was a fire, an apartment building on fire, and I live streamed that for a little while. It's on my channel. I think I titled it "Fire," F-I-R-E.
Did you?
Right. I would not have been aware the thing was on fire, but then I saw it on my porch cam. Look, Billy, look. You see what I got here?
Yeah.
That's my porch.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to set that up. I go to Walmart or someplace and buy the cameras and that. So, because I got wood. Normally woodchucks don't do what these woodchucks are.
Gal Pal watches the drug deals on my street. So, Billy, I have a remote cam. I've never used it. I've had it for over 2 years now. It's hardwired to the computer, and it's a remote cam. I've never, ever used it. All of my streaming I do on devices, on like my tablet, my panel I do on my laptop.
Yeah.
My porch cam is a tablet. when I drive and I stream, that's my tablet. You know what I'm saying? I don't have like another cam.
I don't know if you paid attention, if you were in Vegas chat yesterday. All right. Rom and DA and Wiggin and all them guys, right? They're zooming in where I live. They got my address. They Google Earth. One of them even noticed the kids around here, they like to do their graffiti, and some young girl's been fucking painting dicks all up and down the sidewalk. These fucking kids, the way they behave is just unbelievable. The parents, you know. So they sat there all day yesterday making fun of where I live.
Okay. I noticed that you're pretty close to the river, right? Across the street and behind the houses on the other side of the street, that's the river right there.
Yeah.
Do you have access to that river?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you can fish and stuff or whatever, right?
Oh, I could get everybody together and play a game of football in that yard if I want to. Softball or something, yeah. So they sat there and they made fun of the apartment building I live in. Did you see any rats when you were here?
I never saw a rat there. Now, that building's got to be like 100 years old, right?
Oh, yeah. The abstract on this predates 1900. Definitely.
Yeah. And I would assume you have 2, 3, you have literally four rooms length, but double on the one end. You have 5 rooms and a bathroom, right? There must have been a time, because
that's a brand new toilet, by the way.
Huh?
That's a brand new toilet in that bathroom.
Perfect. So 5 rooms and a bathroom. I got to imagine at one time that was like 2 or 3 different apartments.
This was very nice. Oh, this probably way back in the day. You know,
it's probably each room, one room, one apartment.
Professional people lived here. You know, when it was still horse and buggy. People, did you notice some of the brick buildings? I mean, New York is like that. You go to the small towns in New York State.
Yeah,
you got these old brick buildings. My dad was a mason.
You
know, some of the buildings on Main Street, they have the date up on them. Burtis is a last name. Van Ornum is another last name. You know, where Jumbos sit. And Rent-A-Center owns. When I was a kid growing up, that used to be Kaplan's clothing store, and that's where you went to get your Girl and your Boy Scout uniforms. I don't know where you would buy a Boy Scout uniform today.
We used to go to a sporting goods store called Cleats and Sneaks, which had all the Boy Scout and Girl Scout stuff in one aisle. Either that, or we would be able to get it. I think at the Woolworths on Main Street, which is no longer there.
Yeah,
right? I think Woolworths. Woolworths, I think, had Boy Scout stuff.
Yeah, but that was in Watertown. Governor, we're in the middle of everything. Gas is always more expensive in my village. You drive from here, go towards Fort Drum, they'll be 50 cents cheaper.
Yeah, I could actually drive a few miles and get gas about 50 cents cheaper than I do here.
You know, that's Governor, you know.
Yeah.
But hey, I was born here. If I was from Albuquerque, New Mexico, I guess I'd go there to retire. So basically, I'm retired. And I actually moved in here just by luck, all right?
To that apartment.
The cheap rent.
I don't know what the rent is, but, I mean, it's not a bad space. It's a lot of room. You, as a single man living, you have a lot of room.
Yes, I do. You know, and it's actually in the best location. I'm right in the center of the village. I don't need a car.
And I can't help but notice, like I said, you are very close to the river. Right? The river is right behind the houses across the street. Yeah.
Oh, there you get up. Some mornings you get up, them deer will be across eating grass and whatever is growing. Flowers. deer love flowers.
Out of state to get her Girl Scout stuff. Her Scout stuff. Now, I believe, and I've looked on a map, that where Gal Pal grew up was actually very fucking remote. There wasn't much there, not much people up in the mountains of northwest Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
up near the headwaters of the Allegheny River. Yeah, close to the border with New York. So all of her stuff was, I believe, she would go to New York frequently for shopping and whatever other stuff you needed. Okay. I'll smoke this cigarette, Billy, and I'll go.
I was thinking about Gotti. I'm going to bring Gotti up.
Is he there?
Come on, Gotti. Come on up, you fucker. I want to talk to you, you punk motherfucker. Siberian Gal Pal's probably got something to say to you too, Gotti.
Probably not.
You know, Gotti, you get on Siberian's bad side. It's not good. I can see that. You know,
Saint Bonaventure.
Women, I know my sister is. My sister, I'm proud to be a bitch. My sister JC, oh yeah, she's a fucking bitch. She can be, oh yeah. My sister JC would level you, JC.
He's not. I don't see him in the chat, Gal Pal.
No, but he's probably listening. I know Wiggin hangs on every fucking word, and they all supporting JC. So there you go.
I don't know what you mean by support, but I mean I don't even go there. I support everybody equally. I don't have.
I see you go there. The last time you went there, who was up on the panel and was just totally rude?
There was someone up there.
Sebastian. Remember?
Sebastian, yeah, he's got his shtick with the liposuction or whatever. I don't give a fuck.
JC just sits there and
yeah, but I don't care. Listen, it doesn't hurt my feelings when people in the chat say shit. I don't give a fuck. The way I see it is this, Billy, and this is true across the board. True of you too. I think if people want to sit in chat and make themselves look foolish, what do I care? Right? I mean, really, honestly.
You know what I do?
I'll
react and make like I am triggered just to get them going. They think I'm true when I'm.
I know you tweak them. You tweak them and egg them on. I know what you do. See, I don't see any good reason to waste my time, energy, and breath even responding to fucking Sebastian and people like that. Gotti, I often ignore Gotti except to remind him that he's a chump. But And I say that with love. Listen, it's not like I don't like Gotti.
There, Gotti. He says you're a fucking chump, and I have to
agree with him. Yeah, but it doesn't mean I don't like Gotti, right? That doesn't mean I'm like against him or his enemy. I'm not against anybody. You know what I mean?
Well, and he is.
Okay.
He does.
That's him. Let him. Like I said, let him do his thing. Let him do his thing.
So I think Billboard should make a video.
Where the fuck is
Siberian Gal Pal choking Gotti? And I have Gotti's picture. I snookered them over at JT Stream, and they're being candid, and they finally put his picture up.
Billboard used to come up on my panel, and we used to have a lot of fun with him. I haven't seen that guy, Billboard,
he's out here. He's trying to lay low, but he's out.
Did he have any chat a chat name that was called AI? Did he go by AI?
He's changed to that, yeah. So I'm not sure what he's going by nowadays, but he's still here. He's making.
I did see several months ago, maybe a year ago, I saw AI, and I spoke with him a bit.
Because Wiggin copies his, he likes to get his artwork too. You know what I mean? So it's fuck you, Wiggin. Hey, Wiggin. Yeah, I can see Siberian Gal Pal jumping feet first off the top rope right onto Gotti's face.
Well, you like she hates him. I do not believe for a minute that Gal Pal has any hate or animosity, towards Gotti. I know Gotti says some fucked up shit. He says fucked up shit about me too. Right?
Well,
speak of the devil. Look, speak of the devil.
There he is. See? There's FDU is in the house finally. Where's your pal DA there, you punk fuck? Come on, you stupid Canadian. You want to come up? Huh?
FDU. What's FDU mean, Billy?
No, face diapers, whatever. It's all about having to wear a mask and COVID and the shots, and they're just fucking. They're out there.
It's all about wearing a mask, face diaper, or something. Okay.
There you are, Sebastian. Come on up and fucking call me an anti-fucking conservative.
I told you I'm going soon, right? I'm almost done.
Well,
my
that's good,
cigarette.
Doug. I appreciate you coming up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I figured out I can get the number for StreamYard. It still hasn't been put back in my account. And I was going to buy the StreamYard so I can, upgrade it a little bit and have a little bit better background and shit, teach myself how to use it, But I'm doing pretty good just doing the basics, right? And they won't I can't recover that account. I couldn't recover it. I had the right one all along.
Is it from YouTube or from StreamYard?
Well, it's a Google account. You have to make a Google account and then you sign up for StreamYard.
Yeah.
But StreamYard is actually owned by YouTube and Google. Google owns YouTube, period. Google is the search engine. They own the shit. So Google has a fiduciary duty to protect all of us, streamer or not streaming. They have a fiduciary duty to protect pertinent information.
Well, I noticed that you are streaming now in StreamYard, and that
But I can't do the fancy stuff. Like if you upgrade, it gives you other options on what you can do within the studio.
I pay $250 a year for my StreamYards. I get 24/7, and I get 10 spots, and I get a few other little things that I don't do anything with. I don't know what other perks I get, but there's a few. I pay that because why? Because it's fun, and I want to do panels. That's why.
So
I'm not.
When I was being told about, you can get 20 hours free and just make it, I learned a lot of it from Rusty. Right? Listening to, okay. So I go and I try it and bang. And then last night, Charlie was in Vegas chat. And it's true there. The truth came out. There you go, Wiggin. You're mad because Charlie actually, I showed Charlie some of the secrets so he could keep up. I did that on purpose.
When is Charlie going to host his own stream?
He did. It didn't really work out. Charlie would probably change his mind. He'll come around. He's mad at Wiggin right now. Good. So we'll see what happens there. I caused all that. You're welcome, Siberian.
Gal pal, we'll see you later. Okay. I'm going to go also, Billy.
Hey, Dougie.
I just came up to say good morning, and when I came in and I saw Gal Pal was here, so.
I think she was the first one in here, so gives them a place to go. She's always welcome. She knows it.
Okay. Sebastian, see you later. Tony, Patrick. Who the hell else did I see here? Nobody. Okay. Cool beans, buddy. We'll talk to you another time. I'll come up. I don't know when. When was the last time I was there? Like 3 months ago?
I can't. No, it wasn't that long ago. Probably like it was within that week before I restreamed JC and she fucking, whoa, I'm going to teach you a lesson. I said to myself, fuck it. If it's 7 days, I'm taking a break because I've been slamming these fuckers for the last 3 months. Yes. Wiggins beside himself. They use my words all the time. I see Wiggin, you're not using some of the other stuff.
It's a public forum.
Right.
Anything anybody says, nobody has any expectation of privacy in
like
YouTube.
Playing grab ass. Let's play. I'm gonna have grab ass night. It's grab ass night. Let's grab each other's asses.
Okay, Billy. I'll see you later.
See you later, Doug.
has had his trial delayed by more than a year. Naresh Bhatt will now go on trial in October of 2026 after his attorney successfully argued there has not been enough time to review all of the evidence in the case in the death of Mamta Bhatt. The House has approved President Trump's request to claw back $9 billion.
Well, I better plug my laptop in. What did I do with the cord?
Standing in the world and create a vacuum for China to fill. Critics also worry NPR and PBS cuts will cause some local stations to close. A new Associated Press poll shows 2/3 of everyday Americans see the passage of the big, beautiful bill as a win for the wealthy, while 6 in 10 think it'll do more to hurt than help low-income people. Republicans have already begun airing advertisements framing the legislation as a tax cut for all. Traffic and weather next.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever.
If you raise the minimum wage,
For a limited time, go to Rapid Radios.
that increases the cost of running a business. People who open a business, they go into business to make a living. Jobs are a consequence. If you have something that the public wants, needs, or desires, you're going to be successful in the business that you choose. It's gotten to the where they demonize it. They talk about, oh, it's tax breaks for the rich. No, it's not. We're all rich. If you're born an American, you're rich. Period. I'm so sick of it. I know, because I opened a business and I dealt with the fucking bureaucracy.
Choosing a new pharmacy isn't easy, but if you need to do so, the employee owners of Kitty Drugs hope you'll choose us. We've been taking care of our local.
You go to open a business, the first question you're going to, how much does it cost? Can I recoup my money? Remember when they used to argue, they laughed at who? Corporations are people. If you're incorporated, it's a group of people. That's what that means. You're welcome, Doug. That's what I'm all about. People being successful. Hey, if you could make dental floss and sell it on the street corner and have gainful employment, yeah, I'm thinking of Frank Zappa. Joe Biden and Charles Schumer have never worked in the private sector. Hi, Lisa. They're never in the private sector. They don't work at a sewing factory or a retail store or anything like that. They never fucking created any jobs. All this political crap that's been going on, it's hurt the entrepreneur more than anything. People got to eat. People have to, we have to eat.
Helping the small stand tall. Get 25% off all plans for the first 3 months when you go to ConstantContact.com and use code LISTEN25 at checkout. ConstantContact.com with code LISTEN25.
Alvaro came in here earlier. Before they were saying he had stock. He can't even answer the question. Tell me the different types of stock that you can buy. He ain't got no stock. You don't even know what kind of stock. There's 2 types of stocks, and you don't even know what the fuck they are. So if I'm a business and I'm incorporated, all right, means I apply for a charter with the state to open that business. It's a limited liability. It takes away, the sole proprietorship. That's how it works. But most businesses, they start out as a sole proprietorship.
Essential polyunsaturated fats. That's what the study's author said. So use butter.
Hope I didn't get any beard hair in that motherfucker.
Not as a primary source of fat. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a
Now, notice I don't sit here and stroke my beard like fucking that idiot in California. The motherfucker sits there, he's stroking that motherfucker. Imagine what he's doing when the camera's not on. And he turns his camera on. He thinks he fucking took his shirt off. Compared himself to me last night. Hey, Wiggin, how come you made that little fucking video thing there? Right? It looks like I'm jerking off. You like watching Billy jerk off, do you, Wiggin? You punk motherfucker.
WMAL, making sense of the vote because elections have consequences. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Welcome back to the Chris Black Show. It's Michael Pelton from our friend.
Charlie calls me his battle buddy.
There's good news. There's good news out there. I know there's
And more like guardian angel.
but there is good news. The Colbert Show has been canceled. CBS is awakened and said, okay, we're done with this. The weird part is he gets almost a year to stick around and collect his $16 million check. And that probably
We're still talking about Steve Colbert, I guess.
CBS don't have anything to put
And
in
CBS.
there. And I don't believe they
better
want
plug
to
this
send
fucker in.
that time back to the affiliates. They want to keep it. But we're talking about this latest story in the Jeffrey Epstein case that kind of popped up late yesterday. The supposed letter that Trump says he had nothing to do.
Lisa, I'm not sure if I have your name copied already. And since I have a wrench on this, I can't copy your name because of the wrench. Because of all the options, I can't just block you.
JD Vance is pushing this, so JD Vance.
I gave this secret out to Charlie.
Yeah, really.
He probably forgot how to do it. If he comes in here, I'll show him how to do it again. But if you have a wrench, you can't block somebody. And then go to your block list and copy their name. That's how it's done. So let me look.
The letter, we've been told, is not real.
No one would have advised him to try to provoke Rupert Murdoch tomorrow to release that letter.
Has anyone seen the letter? I don't think I've seen it.
No one would have advised J.D. Vance to provoke the Wall Street Journal tomorrow or someone else to release that letter. That is the most dangerous thing J.D. Vance could have said to
That's that Lawrence O'Donnell dumb fuck. Stop the hammering.
Forcing him out of the presidency, demanding to see the letter would be a very good way to do that.
Lisa, you changed it. This is the one I do have.
They really are. Apologize.
That's one I do have right there. You changed it.
But these guys are crazy.
So the only way I'd be able to copy your name, well, two ways, is if I come into the chat with a handle with that I don't have a wrench on, then I can block you and copy your name. Or, Lisa, I can give you a wrench, and then since you're a wrench, I'll be able to block you then, and then I could copy your name with that star. I'll let you decide. And if I did, you're gonna have to go to one of my prior broadcasts, make a comment so I can go there and put a wrench on you. I don't have that one copied. I got the other one. I like the heart better, by the way.
And maybe you remember that there was an issue about he knew some young lady that was in high school, friend of the family's or whatever, and they brought out a yearbook with his signature on it, and there was a kind of a sexual innuendo message in the yearbook, and then when they released the yearbook, same thing. They're like, release the yearbook, release the picture, and when they finally did, they noticed that his signature was there.
I'm all wired up on caffeine.
The supposedly compromising message was in a different ink and a different handwriting. So that he grabbed women. He said, they will let you
I like the heart
them
better.
if you're a celebrity. And if you don't believe that,
Not because I have it copied. I like the heart better.
So, everything they do is just to try to get hype.
Oh, that's a
and
Nazi
anything to
salute.
damage Trump. So shame on any Republican.
You
that
grab
is
your heart,
even
you throw it at
remotely
somebody.
thinking
I
that this
mean,
is a problem.
you're in my heart. That's what that means.
You remind me of the adage.
Elon Musk did that. It's a fucking Nazi salute.
gets halfway around the world before the truth.
That's a
gets its
Nazi
pants
salute.
on. And I think that's where we are in this case as well. Thank you for that observation. Let's go to Kyle in Arkansas. Hello, Kyle. Welcome to the Chris Plant Show.
Yes, sir. Thanks for taking the call. Hey, was I wrong? Did I understand that it is supposed to have his signature on the letter?
Well, it appears, because I've seen a photo of the alleged letter. It's a typewritten letter with the body, and I'm using air quotes with my fingers, the body drawing of a woman, and it's a line drawing of a woman, and then Donald Trump's signature in the area where one might assume naturally occurring hair would grow in a person's trunk, if you will. So that's where the signature is, but that's it. The rest of it appears to be drawn by, in my opinion, by a different hand.
Well, so what's to say that this signature didn't happen during the Biden administration with the auto pen?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Just food for thought. Thanks for taking the call.
Thank you. Yes, let's counter one alleged hoax with another. The calls are coming in faster and feverishly. Now let's stick it with Cher. Cher is in Illinois. Hello, Cher. Welcome to the Chris Plant Show.
Hi there. It's good to hear you. Yes, I just got up and turned this on, and here we go again with, the Russia hoax type nonsense. It's just boring. Guys, it's just boring. Would somebody tell the left not to bother anymore? They're going to have to prove this rather than he has to prove his innocence. I'm sorry. I don't believe a thing about it, first of all. And second of all, I don't care. The guy's doing a terrific job. The place, America almost went down the tubes under the Democrats. And we need to get somebody else in a lot of positions in Congress that have their heads on straight, because there are some really, really crazy people there. But
your state is a prime example of a place where we need some new blood. I would like to see some new blood in my old home state of Illinois. So I agree with you, Cher. But, you point out a really important thing here, that this is boring, and the Democrats are now highlighted.
Garbage man is here.
The party that's not offering solutions to the problems of the country, but trying to personally go after the guy who's been elected and is doing what looks to be a bang-up job. And we're seeing people on the left who are now stepping up and going, look at this, it's working. The tariffs are working. The economy's coming back. Companies are building here. We had a $92 billion pledge to build in the state of Pennsylvania in the areas of energy and technology just on Tuesday. So that's a good sign. Excellent point there. Appreciate you being there, Cher. Thank you. Let's grab one more here, at least one more. Howard is in Manassas, Virginia. Hello, Howard. Welcome to Chris Plant Show.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I just honestly, I know there's nuts out there, but I really don't understand who believes these folks anymore. I know the liberal news media is not as powerful as they once were, but they're. Do you think, should we be in World War III right now, based on a lot of the reporting if we attack?
Yes.
The tariffs. I mean, it just goes on, and instead of learning, they just find and then, oh my gosh, they got us now. And see, Trump has such a proven to be correct track record. I mean, I don't even like to talk about it because people think I like hero worship him. I don't, but he and his people are so much more right than all the others are. It's just the truth. And I think people are getting tired of believing the crazy left, and they're seeing the actual facts of what Trump and his people are doing, and it's working. So keep up the good work.
Yeah, thank you, Howard. That's a great point. If you don't have anything to run on, then you try and rely on personal attacks and innuendo and rumor. And that's kind of what I feel about the Epstein thing. But I also am happy that the president has directed the attorney general to release or get the courts to release as much of the grand jury testimony as possible. And I think that may be happening as well. I'm curious to see what the Wall Street Journal's response is going to be to a suit that Donald Trump has promised to file against the Journal, against Rupert Murdoch as it relates to this letter. We shall see. We shall see. Let's grab one more call on this, and I got to move on to the president's health because it was a big story yesterday as well. Donna in Frederick, Maryland. Hello, Donna.
Well, hello, happy Friday. And I want to say, boy, they are really dreaming on the left. They are so detached from reality. And one of the previous callers mentioned the raid on Epstein Island. But the bigger raid, in my humble opinion, is the one on Mar-a-Lago. Remember when Trump said, we have everything back in 2016?
Hey, Lisa, the only way I can give you a wrench is you have to go make a comment on one of my broadcasts, do the latest one. And then I go to my dashboard, I see your comment. That's where I can put the wrench on you. There's no comment there, so I can't give you a wrench. If you want, I know you guys post links. I'm not posting a bunch of links for people to go watch, but you guys like your videos and that, I might click on a link once in a while. I don't do it a lot. The only link I post is to come up here. So you have to go and make a comment on one of my prior broadcasts so I can see it in my dashboard, and then I can give you a wrench there. Don't worry about it. There's not 20 wrenches here. And you come in and somebody doesn't like you, and I don't play that game. That's ignorant.
Hang on a second.
About bruising on the president's hand and also swelling in the president's legs. So in the effort of transparency, the president wanted me to share a note from his physician with all of you today. In recent weeks, President Trump noted mild swelling in his lower legs. In keeping with routine medical care and out of an abundance of caution, this concern was thoroughly evaluated by the White House medical unit. The president underwent a comprehensive examination, including diagnostic vascular studies.
I hate how that screen does that.
Bilateral lower extremity venous Doppler ultrasounds were performed and revealed chronic venous insufficiency, a benign and common condition, particularly in individuals over the age of 70.
Wow.
So the initial action about the swollen ankles, a man in his late 70s has swollen ankles, and they call this common. But wait, there's more.
Importantly, there was no evidence of deep vein thrombosis or arterial disease. Laboratory testing included a complete blood count, comprehensive metabolic panel, coagulation profile, D-dimer, B-type natriuretic peptide, and cardiac biomarkers.
So the guy got a full workup in the United States, and I don't ever remember hearing this much clarity during the previous administration, even close to this.
All results were within normal limits. An echocardiogram was also performed and confirmed normal.
No, it won't let me do it, Patrick.
No signs of heart failure.
Won't let me do it. I can only do it in my dashboard.
Were identified.
No heart failure, no kidney failure.
It won't let me do it on.
The guy's in great shape for a man of his age. Absolutely. I think, and I'm
on my laptop.
Sideline.
That's why I got the laptop, just so I can do this right here.
I think he needs to play more golf. I think when he was out walking around,
I'll let other people make videos.
Better circulation. He's been doing all these cabinet meetings, sitting down with all these dignitaries. He needs to do all this on the golf course.
Additionally, recent photos of the president have shown minor bruising on the back of his hand. This is
That's because you're rotten on the inside, you skirt. I'm sure of it. You are what you eat. Stinky
which is
fuck.
taken as part of a standard cardiovascular prevention regimen.
They probably just gave away who you are.
At the age of 60, who have been directed by their physician to take the baby aspirin or the baby.
I'll say this. Yee Skirt has an avatar where he took a shit and he took a picture of the big turd in the fucking toilet. That's who Yee Skirt is.
I guess make you susceptible to bruising on your skin. and he has been shaking a lot of hands lately.
This is a well-known and benign side effect of aspirin therapy. And the president remains in excellent health, which I think all of you witness on a daily basis here. So the president wanted me to share that note with all of you. I'm happy to take further questions on it. We will provide the memorandum from the president's position to all of you, as we always do.
And it was provided. It was posted yesterday on the internet, and I applaud the administration for this transparency, something we did not get from the previous administration. But the last point is something we need to delve into. The last topic that was brought up, the bruised hand. And what was said months ago by the alien, I think he's from another planet, James Carville. We're going to get to that. We're going to take a break here. When we come back, we will play for you what Carville, the scurrilous rumors that Carville was spreading. I mean, this guy just keeps saying.
James Carville. What a tool that guy is.
That's what I want to know.
Motherfucker.
We'll get to it. It's Michael Pelka in for Chris Plant.
I don't know if any of you know who James Carville is. His wife is Mary Madeline, and James Carville was part of the Clinton administration. He's the one that made the comment about Paula Jones. Oh, you drag $100 bill through the trailer park. You never know what you're going to get. That fucker's from Louisiana.
So if your business is in it to win it, with Shopify. Start your free trial today at shopify.com/win.
Ben hadn't had a decent night's sleep in a month. So, during one of his restless nights, he booked a package triple broad on Expedia. When he arrived at his beachside hotel,
What's the number one thing in chat politics today? Will Durant versus Rusty. I gotta ask, where the hell did you come up with the name Twink? Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Pixie dust. He's actually Tinkerbell and not Peter Pan. Will Durant. There is supposed to be a truce between Will Durant and I haven't cloned him. All right. It is all in fun. I do wish him the best. Oh, what I do with that woman if I ever got her in bed. Probably make her hungry.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off. Plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Listless summer days and creamy popsicles. Capture sunny nights with the orange vanilla.
Patrick Roll, where are you in your razor blade?
Just one stick and 16 ounces of water can help hydrate you better than water alone. Live your summer dream with Liquid IV. Tear or live more. Go to liquidiv.com.
Oh, I guess. Oh, I want to listen to the news. You can put some music on. What time is it? Yeah. Another hour and the radio program will be over.
Then you should go to Mattress Firm. They have knowledgeable sleep experts that can help you find a better bed, like a Tempur-Pedic. It has technology to keep you cool at night, meaning anyone, even people like you, can sleep. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
If you need to choose a new pharmacy, Kitty Drugs hopes you'll choose us. We're an employee-owned company that's been taking care of our community since 1903, and we made it as easy as 1, 2, 3 to transfer your prescriptions. Get started at kinnydrugs.com.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices.
I'm going to scoop some poop out of your rectum with this when I get my hands on you, Patrick Rowe. I'm going to bend you over and I'm going to stick this up and give you a nice prostate massage.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected. It's amazing. Going back to school felt impossible. Then I learned that VA covered tuition, supplies, and a housing loan. So
Hey, Patrick, New York. Did you see him up there? They like watching me jerk off. It looks like I'm jerking off in that thing. He did that, you know. Why is Wiggin watching me jerk off?
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron,
Remember when Wiggin trusted Lady Venom and she shoved it up his ass? He hates getting timed out. He went in, he thought he had Lady Venom fucking all wrapped around his little finger. Didn't you, Wiggin? Uh-oh. I think he preempted my fucking program. Yep, it just goes off. It's just like, what the fuck? Fuckers. Gremlins. My screen shouldn't be hesitating like that.
Like it was nothing really.
See, come back on and it went off. Fuckers.
It triggered a memory in my head of the crazy Cajun, James Carville, the guy who has made decades of political hay on the one line he gave Bill Clinton. I'm sure he had other ones, but it's "the economy's stupid." He gets credit for that one that catapulted Clinton into office. But Carville has since been saying some really crazy stuff. He doesn't like Donald Trump, and he seems to be focused on Donald Trump's hand bruising. And Carville, who's not a doctor, and I still maintain he's from another planet, Carville had something crazy to say about the cause of the bruising on the president's hand.
You should have reason to believe
Wiggin
that is a leader of severely diminished capacity.
You got the second one there, Michael, clip 19.
I got to tell you that that's not a hollow observation that I'm making. Pay very close attention. We'll zero in and you can actually see on the hands what's going on. That there are a lot of serious diseases that manifest themselves in the extremities. And I think this is
reminiscent of me being called bipolar.
Or listening to the banging of the war drums that will be toward, which could be a catastrophic decision. We need to make sure that this man is mentally intact.
Interesting how you weren't concerned with the mental acuity. The last guy was the president of the United States, but now you can speculate based on no personal in-person observation and claiming that the current president of the United States has syphilis and claiming that he's not healthy. He said this more than twice. At least 3 times that we've heard. When is the left going to stand up and say, stop it, Mr. Carville? You need to be retired like Stephen Colbert. All right, taking a break. When we come back, third hour, Chris Plant Show.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station.
making sense of the news.
News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 11. Good morning, everyone. I'm John Matthews. A delay of more than a year has been granted.
Patrick, are you going to answer me? Why was Wiggin and his little girlfriend showing the thing? Looks like I might be jerking off. They're voyeurs. And I'm not even with anybody. It's just me. Wiggin compared himself. He didn't like it. I showed my nephew last night, fucking picture of him. I didn't expect Scotty to come up, but he did. There's the 2 motorcycles sitting right there in his garage, you fuck-faced Patrick Rowe. Motherfucker better show up with that fucker pretty soon. I got things I got to go do. So if Dougie comes up with his wife on another visit anytime soon, what we're going to do this time, we'll get them same Delmonico steaks. And if they want some crab leg with them, I'll buy the crab leg, and I'll fire up the barbecue grill instead of the iron skillet. It's the best way to eat a Delmonico is off the fucking charcoal. Maybe put a little bit of smoke on it. Throw a couple pieces of hardwood in there. Yeah, you want it hot. It's got to be hot. Like 600 degrees hot. That's hot. 600 degrees is fucking hot. Oh, look at the birds. Look at the birds. I have a couple of mourning doves. They've gotten attached to me. It's fun watching them face off. It's fucking hilarious. Looking right at me while the other one pecks. Very nice morning this morning, only 64 degrees or so. That's very comfortable. 64 degrees. Mourning doves are not afraid of blue jays. They're not. It's fucking fun to watch them.
There with how it was handled. I know DC Fire and EMS is going to take care of that internally. Training is of utmost importance. They all have to work together. With that,
Billboard, he's not the only one who does that. Zenny and her friends, Zenny and Wolfie and that, they know how to do this. They make some pretty good stuff. They made Billy's Angels. I have that avatar somewhere. Just haven't used it. Saving it for a rainy day. Billy's Angels. Will Durant, I drove you crazy. And they're still my angels. And their mother and their father and their, Crack me up. Wolfie says, Pip likes you, Billy. I don't even know who Pip is. I probably do, though. It's, Mark Gibbs, where the fuck are you anyways? Come on, Mark. Fight me now. Lisa, where's Mark Gibbs at? He's not in jail, is he? He didn't crash in a car and die somewhere, did he? He fucking used to brag about that shit. Him and... yeah, munch a snot. You're in my arena, Billy. Billy, you're in my arena. Hi, Wolfie. Wolf. Wiggin calls you Wolf. They like calling you Wolf over there at his fucking place. Press 1 if you want to see Wiggin do 10 push-ups. Hey, Wiggin, turn your camera on and do some push-ups. I dare you. Yeah, I didn't wake up till like 8 o'clock. Boy, I slept good. I was all wound up last night. I did. I went to bed. Fuck it. Next thing I know, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, geez, usually I'm up at 4. It is Friday. Just another day for me. Today could be Sunday. It wouldn't matter. It's the same fucking shit. Why, did you want to come up, Wiggin? I'll turn my radio program off if you want to come up and debate Billy. You know, you want to have a civil debate? Or you want to be a fucktard? That's your choice. What do you want to do? I'll do either one with you. You're welcome. Come on. Come on. Be just you and me. Huh? You won't get mad if I put you backstage, will you? Of course, I don't usually do that. I'm doing what you couldn't do, what you claimed you were doing. I open up to give other people a voice. You turned on Charlie and you turned on me. That's a fact. Charlie's true to his word. He didn't. I mean, I didn't watch every minute of your fucking chat, but usually he's the first one in there. But lately, within the last few weeks, he hasn't been going to your chat. He's been staying right in Vegas. And Charlie knows he can come in here anytime. Just like everybody else. You're a chicken shit, JC. You don't dare come up here and take me one-on-one. You got your chat. You're pretty fucking brave with 20 fucking wrenches. Come on up here. Play fair.
They're breaking the law. And what you allow is what will continue.
Senator Kennedy.
If you put hands on an ICE officer, you should be prosecuted. You should be sent to jail, and you should get to spend some quality time with Bubba.
Senator John Kennedy addressing the 830% surge in assaults on ICE agents. Just a little quality time.
Hey, Coffee Man, who is your Bubba?
You get a private invitation to the prom. I love the clarity of Senator Kennedy, delivered in some little Southern wisdom. Very well done. Welcome to the Chris Plant Show. Michael Pelka in for my friend Chris Plant, who is headed to Rachel. And maybe we'll hear from him. I don't know. He's on an adventure. I don't like to bother people on vacation. So many things to try and get to in this final hour of the program.
Amish.
Many things to discuss.
A horse and buggy just went by.
With the events yesterday, the president vowing to sue Rupert Murdoch over the Wall Street Journal's report on this alleged letter to Jeffrey Epstein that was part of a 50th birthday celebration. So it had to be a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And it was put together by Ghislaine Maxwell. And why now? Why now did this just pop up? We're still celebrating, since it is Friday. Friday, Luya to you. We're celebrating the end. Well, it's 10 months. The end of the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. CBS pulled the plug on the costly program. It's not going to be around after next year. Colbert's been making $16 million a year. Maybe it's 15, maybe it's 16. But he's now going to be riding off into the sunset, and they're going to give him the next 10 months to do it, which never happens at radio. You're out, you're out. You're never heard from again. A lot of speculation on why Colbert is getting canned. I'm sure it has to do with they can't make money. It also might have to do with the fact that the merger of these entertainment companies and Sherry Redstone wants to cash her $8 billion check. I don't think she's getting all of that, but that might have something to do with it. We shall see. We laughed at some of the speculation out of the left side of the mainstream media, including Lawrence O'Donnell saying that the whole push to get all the Epstein information out, especially as mentioned by J.D. Vance, was so that Vance could advance to the presidency. Really, do you really think that?
I don't shake too much when I do that.
This is where I wish we could put a lie detector.
You wouldn't think so, Wiggin. I ever got my hands on you, you punk motherfucker.
And when they make statements like that, we can see if they're telling the truth or not. Of course, they might believe it. It might be the truth to them. And we talked a little bit about the president's health. Yesterday, we had the news that he's got some issues with his ankles and his circulation, and it was reported to be normal, and it didn't seem like there was any alarm. And the bruising on his hand, consistent with the aspirin therapy and taking all the handshakes that the president takes in every single day, shakes a lot of hands. I remember when Donald Trump was first running as candidate, there was speculation that he was a germophobic and he would never do any kind of political handshaking because he couldn't stand to shake people's hands. And that certainly was never the case when I saw him, starting when he came down the escalator. You want to weigh in on anything in this final hour of the show today, you're welcome at 888-630-9625. Let's grab a couple of quick ones here as things are starting off pretty fast in the third hour of the show. Ben's in Lexington, Kentucky. Hello, Ben. Welcome to the Chris Plant Show.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're coming in loud and clear, brother.
Okay. You say Trump never shook a lot of people's hands before, but do you think that was because he was a germaphobe or because he just didn't really want to shake their hands or was too busy?
Well, no, I said that was when Donald Trump came into politics, and I know this from working in the media in New York City for 20 plus years, when he was announcing that he was seriously considering a run for the presidency in 2015, there was a story out that said, well, it's going to be tough for him because he doesn't like to shake hands. He's a germaphobe. And then I attended an event and he was shaking everybody's hands. And I went, no, that's not the case. He's pretty cool with it.
Where do you think they got their story, like their source? That seems like a misleading.
Well, yeah, but where does the mainstream media get any of its misleading sources? I think at that time, we go back to 2015, they were looking for anything to go after. If you were not a Donald Trump fan, and the weird part of this, Ben, was that back in the early part of the 21st century, when Trump was this, entrepreneur, builder, billionaire, man about town, a lot of the people in the mainstream media fought to get him on their shows. The View, Oprah, the Today Show, and they all loved the guy. But then he became a conservative. He went from being a Democrat to a Republican, and suddenly they hated him. Then they didn't want to have anything to do with him. You go back and see the clips from The View, and they are fawning over Donald Trump. They're all falling over themselves.
If I put the joint down, I'd be a little faster.
Wanted him to run for president, and he joked that she should be his running mate. So it just, when you decide you're going to be on the other side and you are not in lockstep with them, suddenly they hate you and they come up with everything. And they'll say,
I hate how that fucking does that
shaking
shit.
hands, he's a germaphobe. Not the case.
Wiggin.
Not in my actual experience. He shook everybody's hand. But thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Let's go to Jim in Naperville, Illinois, probably listening on the great WLS. Jim, welcome to the Chris Plant Show.
Hey, Mike. You know what? Thanks for filling in for Chris. I'm glad he chose you to lead it up because you're excellent. Hey, did you? I don't know if you saw. There's just a recent post by President Trump on Truth Social, where he said that he's looking forward to having Rupert Murdoch testify in his lawsuit against him and the Wall Street Journal is what he refers to as a pile of garbage newspaper. It's so he's just poking at him, and I'm not sure if you would know. Would that be in a Florida venue? hearings or the trial for that?
That's a really good question. It depends on obviously where he files the suit, but where would you file that suit? Yeah, they're going to do some shopping of the right jurisdiction if the Trump lawyers are going to do this. But the interesting thing here, I have a brother named Gregory who writes for the Wall Street Journal. In full disclosure, my brother Greg has written somewhere between 60 and 70 op-ed pieces in the last couple of years. So I don't share the president's same assessment of the Journal. I do share his take on this story, but it's the Truth Social post said the Wall Street Journal printed a fake letter supposedly to Epstein. These are not my words, not the way I talk. Also, I don't draw pictures. I told Rupert Murdoch it was a scam, that he shouldn't print this fake story, but he did, and now I'm going to sue his off, and that his third-rate newspaper. Thank you for your attention to this matter, as he always ends his Truth Social post. I think it's kind of interesting, and I wonder if Trump's saying he's looking forward to Murdoch testifying may be a little bit of a reference to the fact that there were concerns over the Fox News air personalities testifying in the Dominion lawsuit that Fox settled for $787 million. Trump has great attorneys. He's done quite well with his attorneys. So we'll see what happens. This is going to be a fascinating thing. We're going to follow it. But thank you, Jim. I appreciate you being there. And I'm always happy to fill in for Chris Plant. You know, we go way back to the old neighborhood in the near north side of Chicago. Speaking of the president, he will be signing the final rescissions package today. I think they're saying around 2:00 in the White House. So you know there will be questions taken. Whenever the president holds a signing ceremony or a cabinet meeting, he tends to open up to the press, and God knows that'll be fun. That's going to be a great way to have a Friday. But the other thing that I wonder if we're going to get more information on is the president and pushing the investigation into California and the money that I believe we successfely clawed back the future funding of that high-speed rail system.
Where do I get them?
Remember when the
Where can
president
I
talked
buy?
about it recently? He talked about
I dress up like fucking, what's his name there? Frank Zappa. Where can I buy that kind of clothing around here where I live?
It's just the rail to nowhere.
Oh, is there a fucking, is there a jihadist shop in Watertown, New York? I don't know.
Because I've never seen anything to this extent. The train that's being built between Los Angeles and San Francisco is the worst managed project I think I've ever seen, and I've seen some of the worst. Billions and billions, hundreds of billions of dollars over budget. In fact, I read where you could take every single person that was going to go on the train and get the finest limousine service in the world and take them back and forth with limousines, and you'd have hundreds of billions of dollars.
Photoshop it.
That's true. And now, based on the current assessment of how much money has been poured into this, how much taxpayer money has been poured into this with zero progress towards building high-speed rail, the estimate is that they could provide every individual who would be set to use this rail system with 200 flights and still not have spent the money. So I hope we get some clarity on that. I really would like to see clarity on that investigation. The other story that I want to say, and the president has talked about this, is looking into some of the mortgage fraud. Remember, when the president was put on trial in New York, the effort was to say that he lied about the value of his properties. And that was defrauding the banks. Never mind the fact that the banks came in and said the president gave us, Donald Trump, when he was not president, paid us back every single loan. We'd like to be in business with Deutsche Bank.
I hate the thought of getting kicked in the liver.
And then we learned
probably kill me.
That mortgage fraud might be something that will come back to bite the Democrats on the hindquarters. I'm not the only one who noticed this. Kim in Indiana's on the phone. Kim, welcome to the Chris Plant Show.
Well, thank you. It's
honor to speak with you.
It's my pleasure.
I like listening to the phone calls.
Yeah, Adam Schiff just is starting to get investigated for mortgage fraud, but wasn't Letitia James in New York? Didn't she get a criminal referral for that as well, claiming she was married to her father? And has we heard anything about that? Where is that going? Because I would like to see some accountability.
You and I both would like to see both Letitia James and Adam Schiff face the same kind of treatment that President Trump got. And Letitia James seems to be the one who has immediately, because we know more about her case, she apparently claimed her father was her spouse on a mortgage application, and then said that the building she had a certain number of bedrooms or bathrooms, which would make it qualify for a cheaper mortgage rate, and then also seemed to tell a lie about her primary residence. And I think that's also the situation with Adam Schiff. So I would love to see all of those people have to go through the same situation. I think we're closer to hearing something about Letitia James, but it takes a long time for those cases to wind their way through the courts, especially in New York City. But we'll see. I will be watching. I've got the popcorn ready to pop. And Letitia James, the woman who campaigned on taking down Donald Trump, she's the one I'm especially interested in saying, yeah, I think Schiff needs it too. And I think Adam Schiff also has greater concerns over losing.
I wouldn't have any problem buying some Amish clothes, sit here and look like an Amish man. I could do that.
I appreciate you being there, Ken.
I've been thinking about that for a long time, actually.
The story of all the Epstein.
I'll talk about it in a minute here.
Well, there's an interesting twist from a senator who just remembered that he saw Jeffrey Epstein's financial statements, all his transactions, a year ago. And why didn't he think it was important then? It's a little too convenient, as my mother used to say. It's Michael Pelka in for Chris Plant on The Chris Plant Show.
This is The Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
I've been thinking about it, especially the last 7 days. I'm like, I got to come up with something. What can I do? You dress up like an Amish guy. All I got to do is shave the mustache. Now, at my age, if I was Amish, this beard would be down to my belly button. But they do. They shave their mustache. It's like wearing a wedding ring. That would be a different look, Patrick. So if I did what the rest of them do, edit avatars, I could go take a picture of myself, dress up like a fucking Amish guy. Then I won't have to go buy some Amish clothes. But it would be cool to sit here and have the hats that they wear. Basically, they wear dungarees. Strip it down to just the shirt and the pants. Those are called dungarees in the Navy. You know, I don't know, certain levels, the blue jeans are darker or whatever, but, you know, they wear cotton and wool. Wool is the best insulator. There's Amish all over the place here. If I'd have been sitting out on the porch, I could have pointed my camera. You would have seen them go by.
Love it or hate it, small talk is good for us. It's communication that we use to orient and acquaint ourselves with other people. And importantly, it can be a
Come on up and play grab ass with me, Wiggin. Come on.
chances are somebody in your friendship group is somebody that
Dare ya.
through a small talk situation.
I won't let nobody up. If that's what you want, if you want to come up and just you and I, all right? If anybody comes in my backstage, they're going to have to wait until we're done.
Number two, don't think about the conversation like a tennis match where you need to get the ball.
I know one thing. If Wiggin right now did try to come up on my panel, Charlie wouldn't be right behind him. Normally he would.
Number 3, if you need a second to think, ask a question.
I haven't even had breakfast yet. I'm getting hungry.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonihan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here.
So that's last call right there.
Where are you calling from?
I'm going to go make me some breakfast. Brunch, really.
I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Because I want to grab him right by his ass and fucking, we show him how gay he really is, Patrick Rowe. There he is. There he is. The burn the fruit that's on you.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/day for your free gutter inspection today.
Why does my screen do that? Hesitates. However it loads in. It shouldn't be doing that, though. Definitely a flaw in the system. Or somebody's in here with malware trying to fucking do shit. Sorry, you can't zap me. StreamYard, you better fucking refund my money today. It's been 10 days. Because I'm going to go up to the bank and see what's going on, and then I'm really going to get mad. I didn't renew the fucking thing. I couldn't use the account. I can't recover it. So, StreamYard, I know you're watching.
From strength to arrow hit to yoga and mobility to keep you coming back for more. For a limited time, go to tonal.com to get $500 off site-wide. That's tonal.com for $500 off site-wide. Tonal.com.
Right on the Derek Hunter Show, Congress.
There's the link, Patrick. You better click on it because I'm leaving here in a couple minutes. I've been live 2 hours, 21 minutes, and I haven't had breakfast, and I was up late last night. All day. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning normally, but not this morning. I had a long day yesterday. It's a long day. Get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and not go to bed until fucking 12 at night. It's a long day.
Making $16 million a year over the next 10 months.
You know what, Patrick Rowe? I'm going to let your friends take care of you.
The Democrat, Senator Ron Wyden, stood up and was talking about the Epstein story. It seems like the Democrats suddenly interested in Jeffrey Epstein. This one really kind of stuck in my craw. This piece from Senator Ron Wyden, somebody I'm not a fan of in even the tiniest way. I think he's just
100 senators. You should get to know who they are.
Slimy character. But Wyden stood up in the Senate yesterday and told us about something he just remembered, I guess. It was from last year when he was allowed to do a little investigating. Hang on a second, Senator Wyden. We have to actually turn your volume up.
Investigators to look at portions of the file. We did that at the Treasury building. Here is what it says.
Here is what it says. This guy is a gay motherfucker.
Epstein file details, Mr. President, 4,000.
Ron Wyden.
725 wire transfers. Let me repeat.
Why five fast first?
725 wire transfers, adding up to nearly $1.1 billion flowing in and out of just one of Mr. Epstein's bank accounts. If you ask me, that is more than 4,000 potential.
Well, nobody's asking you, Senator Wyden.
Right there.
You know what's interesting is that he just remembered he saw this last year and never thought about talking about it last year, not even for a second. But Senator
Trump's
Wyden,
going to jail.
He seems
Trump's
to be
going
very
to jail.
interested in curious wire transfers into the accounts of one man that amount to over $1 billion. And yet he seemed to have zero interest in the wire transfers going into the Hunter Biden companies, the network of companies over the years, while Hunter's dad was vice president. Had absolutely no interest in it. And now suddenly, when the person in power has changed, Senator Wyden is all up in the, we got to chase down these wire transfers. 4,725 investigations need to be held. It's just hypocritical irony.
You're listening to the Chris Plant Show. WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington. A Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news.
Now's your chance, Patrick Rowe. You got something to say in the side chat? Patrick. Click on that link. Come on up. I timed you out for 5 minutes, so you can't post. Not with that handle, anyway. Which seemed to me you're all buddy with Andy, and the rest of them, you got to use more than one account. I know you have more than one because you use that, you block, but you have another account where you still see the chat. Depending on what chat it is. You can't do that in here, boy. Because that's the same handle I post with in Vegas, and you have it blocked. So bring your fucking yellow toe fungus up here, and I'll help you out.
60% off. Free UPS shipping and add code radio for an extra 5% off.
Hurry up, because I'm hungry. I can't watch my chat and fucking cook at the same time. And I'm not taking this shit out in the kitchen.
I-95 northbound in Virginia, very heavy now. It's half a time from 610 up to 234 from Dale Boulevard to the Fairfax County Parkway. Southbound 95, still very heavy and slow.
This place is old. The kitchen wasn't, it hasn't been upgraded. Been talking to my cousin about taking the window out there, putting the stove in front of the window, and replace the window with a hood. The owners haven't. I think they're putting the place up for sale again. I guess the guy that bought it doesn't want to put no money into it.
Choosing a new pharmacy isn't easy, but if you need to do so,
Wouldn't take much to fix it up. Big cost would be to clean it up. If I had that kind of money and I bought a place like this, I'd probably I'd tear the fucker down and put up a new building. You just see the foundation on this fucking place. This building ain't going nowhere. It'd take forever for it to fucking actually fall in.
Marketing platform makes marketing way easier and way more effective. Even if you know nothing about marketing, you can easily.
There's no leaks.
Social events and digital
All right.
campaigns in just a few.
I'm not having a problem where there's, all right. And yesterday we got a hard rain. Only thing would leak the apartment above me, and then the apartment next to it. There's 4 apartments upstairs, 3 stories, 4 of them. So the 2 on this one end, all right, their sink, the drain for the sink is right over me, right here where I'm at. It's not the toilet. The toilet's over there through the door in a different room. Patrick Rowe, I showed receipts, and what do you want to do, Patrick? Huh? I timed you out for 5 minutes. I might do even better than that. Here. All right. You want to tell me to know my role, accept my whatever? I'm going to do this, Patrick. Yeah, you can take a union break. When I say union break, that's what that means right there.
You don't have to make big sweeping changes to your diet to see a big
Patrick, I just timed you out for a half hour.
yield some really good results. I'm going to tell you about this new study out of Harvard School of Public Health that found replacing some of the butter you
And there sits my link. Go ahead, click on that motherfucker. I dare you.
For example, substituting just 10 grams, 1/3 of an ounce of butter with plant-based oils like soybean, canola, and olive oil was associated with a 17% lower risk.
I'd like to say thanks to my guest moderators.
Because butter is very high in saturated fat. That's approximately
Always ready to pull the trigger. So if you got any funny videos you want us to watch or whatever, you guys with wrenches, you know how to post links. You're welcome to post whatever. How can I tell if it's a bad link unless I click on it? Right, Tony? Why are you laughing, Tony? Where's your buddy Alvaro at anyway? Fucking Alvaro's army. Michael Pelka is the guy's name.
That I've been telling you I want to cover. We're keeping one eye on a story out of Los Angeles right now where at least 3 sheriff's deputies reported to have died in a possible explosion at one of their facilities where I think they do a lot of training. So not a lot is known. It's happened within the last hour. So it's still earlier morning in Los Angeles, but I'm absolutely praying for law enforcement in California, everywhere these days. When we saw the 830% increase in violence against ICE agents, and we know what's been going on in LA. It's been absolutely crazy, but not a lot of information out right now. It is a training facility. It is someplace where officers go to shoot and learn how to shoot and deal with explosives. So we'll find out and share with you when we find out. It's just one of those things that ongoing stuff happening, and we are attempting to keep abreast of everything. So that's kind of a weird one. I mentioned this clip earlier in the show, and I'm wondering if you believe Tim Walz, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. He said this.
But the Republicans, they do not want us to succeed.
No,
and they were willing to bring the country down. And that, I would say, we want President Trump to be successful. He's not going to be because he's an idiot.
Yeah. Wait a minute. There's a couple of interesting statements.
Minnesota.
Saying that the Republicans
Where's Jesse
didn't
fucking
want
Ventura
America
when
to
you need
succeed.
the fucking the body?
I think the whole "Make America Great Again" was the mantra. The GOP wants America to be great again, but Tim Walz, no, he's saying he wants Trump to be successful, but
that, I would say, we want President Trump to be successful. He's not going to be because he's an idiot and the things he's doing. He's not going to be, but that's not because we don't want to help. And it's not because we're not going to be there or try and make it work. Joe Biden.
Is this Timmy Timpon?
Everything they did was to go against him.
well, only on things that didn't make sense.
Tampon,
like
Timmy?
opening the borders, like
You want my
sanctuary
tampon?
cities and sanctuary states. Yeah, that.
You
kind
want
of
my
thing
tampon?
We were definitely standing.
I give you my
against.
tampon.
So I'm
I'll
agreement
fucking
with you there,
tampon
sir.
you.
But to say that Democrats want to help, how many of you voted for the one big beautiful bill? 0. How many of you voted for the clawbacks that just got passed yesterday and will be signed? I believe that bill will be signed in the White House today at 2:00. There's going to be a signing ceremony. But to say that what Donald Trump's doing isn't working, well, Mr. Wonderful Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank was on with Stuart Varney yesterday talking about Trump's policies. He seems to have a lot of nice things to say.
You're an international business guy. How would you rate Trump's success on the trade deals so far?
Where I think this whole thing is going, and so far I've been right, is that Trump is putting in place effectively a VAT tax, a value-added tax, a consumption tax, but he's not calling it that. Because when you start to see tariff rates between 10 and 12%. That's a reciprocal tariff on the European countries, the Swiss, the French, the British, the Canadians. It's
who we all give money to.
That taxes around that amount. You get blended rate in Canada, which is a deal
paid for their security since World War II. Fuck you, assholes. Sick of you fuckers.
Some 5. But the point is, if you end up seeing a deal with Canada,
fuck you, Wiggin.
Reciprocal at 10, that wouldn't surprise me. It would make sense to me, and it would also not damage business. And so I would give him high marks in terms of success. People do not like to watch the sausage being made. It's difficult. But
I love watching the sausage being made. No, he's right. But he gave high marks to Trump. He's given high marks to Donald Trump. This is yet another member of the mainstream media who's out there saying this is making sense. We also talked earlier about the insanity coming out of MSNBC from Lawrence O'Donnell, saying that J.D. Vance is angling to push Trump out so he can become the president. It's laughable, is it not? Yes, it is. J.D. Vance recently speaking in public and talking about the successes. And these truly are successes of this administration. And let's face it, we're just into the 7th month of this administration and seem to be making some remarkable progress. Vance talking about the tax cuts and what we've done with spending cuts, even though not enough, in my opinion.
And here's what I am most proud of. What I'm most proud of over the last 6 months, the border is important, and it's great, and it's incredible that we were able to go from the worst open border to a closed border in just a couple of weeks under President Trump's leadership. But you know what I'm really excited about? I'm really excited about the fact that for the first time in a very long time, workers' wages are rising faster than inflation. You're able to buy more, you're able to do more, and we're just getting started.
Does that sound like a guy who is against President Trump? Does that sound like a guy who's undermining President Trump? Doesn't sound like that to me. It sounds like he's on board. He is the cheerleader in chief, if you will. I think we're good. I think we're good on that. Let's take some calls here. It's been a very busy day on the phones. 888-630-9625. Let's talk to Mark in Missouri. Hello, Mark. Welcome to the Chris Plant Show.
Hey, thanks, Michael. Speaking of the pathetic Lawrence O'Donnell, he has admitted on his pathetic show that he is a proud socialist. Well, Lenin, yes, that Lenin, said socialism is just a transition to communism. And we know communism, lying is part of their foundation. O'Donnell didn't mean what he said. He's just a propagandist. I mean, that's all he has to offer. And it's like the Democrat Party. That's all they have to offer. They just propagandize all the time. You play that senator in the previous section with Wyden. He's just a fool, and they don't have anything to offer. They don't have any substance to offer. So that's all propaganda all the time, just like good communists.
Yeah, they're following the party manifesto, the talking points they get every morning. You're right. And Lawrence O'Donnell is a guy who is a confessed socialist. I wonder how many people he's sharing his millions of dollars that he makes from MSNBC with. I wonder how generous he is. I'm betting you wouldn't have to take your mittens off to count the numbers of people he's helping. I'm just saying. Thank you, Mark. Let's go to Harold in Arkansas. Hello, Harold. Welcome to the Chris Plant Show.
Hello, Michael. Thank you for taking my call. I something that you said earlier just struck a nerve and made me want to call. You were talking about how the Democrats have, I call them Democrats, not Democrats, but how they are always trying to push against Trump did this and this and this, but they have nothing to offer. Absolutely nothing to offer except their hatred towards Trump and the Republicans in general. And it just drives me crazy because why on earth, we're all Americans, why on earth are we all not for peace and prosperity for our country, and not just our country, but the world? President Trump cares about
I'm going to make some banana bread.
Not just the American people, not just America.
I got 3
but the entire
bananas
world.
sitting out
And yet
there.
you
They're
have
just
all
about
the
right.
Democrats and
Mash
all
them up and add it to the mix.
politicians that are against him and against us and against peace and prosperity. That's why I call them demon rats, not Democrats.
Well, you're not wrong. You're not far from the absolute truth there. I'm sure there might be a handful of them that are decent people, but thank you, Harold. Very interesting. There is something that CNN was reporting earlier today, and they've been talking about it for a few days now. There is a giant pile of survival food. Like some of us may have a month or two's worth of those survival buckets in the basement that, God forbid, everything went south, we'd still be able to eat for 30 days, and then God knows what would happen. But we as a nation have provided millions and millions of meals, not just for people in this country who've been hit by natural disasters, but around the world for people who are in war zones. And CNN, and I think MSNBC's been doing it too, is saying the United States is getting ready to burn 1 million pounds of meals or something crazy like this. The reality is this food has been sitting. Now, let's remember the war in Gaza started October 7th. Was it almost 3 years ago? I know I should know the exact date. But the food, the aid we've been sending over there has been sitting in a warehouse in Bahrain. And I believe the Crown Prince was in town. Maybe this was discussed. But that food has an expiration date on it. So if the United States delivers food that's expired, guess what's going to happen? The left side of the mainstream media is going to stand up and scream, Donald Trump is giving expired food to the needy people in Gaza. So you can't deliver it. But all the left is doing is pointing out that we're not delivering.
Let's go to Gaza.
You can't have it both ways. And that's kind of the way these people are. Let's talk to Billy in St. Mary's County, Maryland. Hello, Billy. Welcome to the Chris Plant Show.
Well, thanks so much for taking my call, Mike.
Of course.
I got this. Somebody, my neighbor, is targeting my house with this sonic anti-barking device. It says here, uses safe ultrasonic sound to quiet your dog or your neighbor's dog with a range up to 350 feet. Now, it has turned my dog, my terrier, who was an ultimate frisbee ball player, to mush. And she's poking her nose all around, and because she's tripping her ass off. This stuff is very evasive, and I feed the birds, and the birds, the squirrel. If you feed the birds, the squirrels won't come too. The animals don't come. A lot of the birds don't come here except for the blackbirds and the cardinals. But even them, they're all skittish. When you used to just be a
Billy, hang on a second. Billy, you're saying that you've got a neighbor that is zapping your dog with some kind of electronic device, similar to what we were told.
Yeah, they sell a device sound to drive
Cuba
animals away. Yeah.
The kind of disabling.
And I went down and filed a complaint with the commissioner down the courthouse here in St. Mary, and she checked no probable cause, says you can't prove it. And then I went back again. I'm really furious because of what's going on. It gave me tinnitus. This crap.
Well, I think
I use a pellet gun.
Honestly, I can't speak on it because I don't know it. I haven't seen it.
If I see something I don't like, I use a pellet gun on the motherfucker.
Possible, and then try and find somebody either at the sheriff's office who may be able to help you out.
I don't shoot the neighbor's cat. If it's a cat, I don't know. If I know it's a stray cat, I will shoot at a cat.
Commissioners again because I was upset. I was like, nobody can help me. Y'all
Yeah, fuck you, Tiffany.
When they say right here, it ranges up to 350 feet. That's over a football field. That means if your neighbor's dog 2 houses away is barking, you can turn this stuff off and make that dog shut up.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
I think the answer is, because I really can't, I can't solve this one for you, but my heart breaks for you because my dog, if anybody messed with my dog, trust me, I wouldn't rest until I found some sort of resolution to it. It's
like blowing on a dog whistle.
TV station and see if you can get some attention on this. That's what I encourage you to do. Thank you, Billy.
If I had a dog whistle, that woodchuck would hear it.
Another one here, Jeff.
It would drive it away.
Chesapeake Bay, at the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. Hey, Jeff, what's up?
Or it might come to me. You never know.
How you doing? when I listen to Tim Walz or any of the lefties, I mean, they follow the ideology of Marx, which is accuse your enemy of that which you are doing. I mean, the left, and Jamie Raskin is famous for this or whatever. I have to laugh. It's so sad.
Yeah, this is the old statement. You point a finger at me, there's three pointing right back at you. And that's exactly what the Democrats are doing. That's what Waltz and like you said, Raskin, they're all guilty of this. And those are the people I pay attention to. I'm saying, okay, what are they accusing us of doing? That's what we need to investigate them for. That's truly what's going on there. But thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. We have a couple more updates we need to make sure we get to. I'm checking on those stories, specifically what happened in Los Angeles. I think it's not as, well, 3 people died. It's quite serious. But there may be some logical answers to it. We will get to that after the break. If you have a final thought, you're welcome to join us. 888-630-9625. It's Michael Pelkin for Chris Plant on The Chris Plant Show.
You're listening to The Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
All right, final thoughts. Now I got to go make me something to eat.
Pharmacy isn't easy, but if you need to do so, the employee owners of Kitty Drugs hope you will choose us. We've been taking care of our local
There. Patrick Rose finally in the chat. He fucking was watching last night when I showed my Harley owner's card.
To transfer your prescriptions. Get started at KennyDrugs.com or stop by today.
Patrick, remember you said I never owned a Harley?
Let's here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions. Hey, everybody, Chris here. Understand we
What a dumb fuck.
Ron, where are you calling from? Ron, you calling from a ladder?
I know Acid's probably live, right? Nope.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything.
He's gone.
Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system. So I didn't need to get on this ladder? Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/day to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Hey, Acid, Omar just got in his truck. He's leaving. He has a Chevy 4-wheel drive truck, regular 8-foot bed. It has the 396 in it. You should hear his motor on this truck. It's fucking beautiful. He's retired Army.
There's this great scene when the Dalmatian Pongo is sitting in front of the window watching people walk by with their dogs. And the dogs look a lot like their owners. Well, it turns out those Disney animators were on something.
And on the windshield, he has Rolling Soul because he has a food trailer. So if you look at Omar's house across the street, you should see a food trailer sitting there.
Reflected back at you. Can't always pinpoint it. You might not even recognize it, but it feels good. It is known as the
Rum and DA and all of them in Vegas yesterday bragging they Google Earth my place and they're making fun of it. Apparently they got a video, so they're out there begging people to watch their video.
For your patients with indolent systemic mastocytosis, or ISM, symptoms can be unpredictable and disrupt daily life. Even with multiple symptom-directed therapies, the symptom burden can remain. What if we could target the source of ISM? Ayvakit, avapritinib, is the only FDA-approved prescription therapy to treat adults with ISM. Ayvakit is not recommended for the treatment of patients with ISM with platelet counts less than 50,000 per microliter. As a once-daily oral treatment, Ayvakit is designed to target the KIT D816V mutation, the driver of ISM in approximately 95% of cases. Give your patients a chance at symptom relief. Learn how Ayvakit may help your ISM patients at ayvakithcp.com/ISM. Safety considerations. Cognitive adverse reactions can occur with Ayvakit use. Depending on the
All right, lunchtime. I'll be back later.
Upon improvement or permanently discontinue. Ayvakit may cause photosensitivity reactions. Advise patients to limit direct ultraviolet exposure during treatment.